The following is a presentation of Westwood One Sports. If it's the NFL, it's on Westwood One.
Lions have it with the touchdown lead in the third. Shotgun snap goes to the quarterback. Goff takes the handoff and gives the end around to St. Crowder, then throws in the end zone. Caught by Goff at the goal line. Near side. Touchdown Detroit. The wide receiver just threw a touchdown pass to the quarterback. Now we have seen it all.
Prescott will throw it. Left side. It's caught by Lamb. Breaking away. Lamb. Goodbye. Touchdown Cowboys. Lamb is explosive.
There's a handoff. Henry outside the right hash. 15, 20, 25, 30. There goes Henry. Out to midfield. Buffalo 40. Far sideline 30. Henry to the 20. 15, 10-5. Touchdown Ravens. Derrick Henry on the opening play goes 87 yards, and the Ravens have taken a 6-0 lead.
Wow. Receiver in motion. Low snap. He runs and he throws. Caught. Touchdown. It's caught. Hardman caught the ball. The Chiefs have won. The Chiefs have won. Their third Super Bowl in 5 years. It is a dynasty.
Every primetime game.
However, whatever it takes.
All season long.
The only thing matters is a win. That's it.
The road to Super Bowl 59 is on Westwood One.
Let's go, man.
Now it's time for Thursday Night Football. Here's your host, Scott Graham.
We welcome you to the start of Week 6 in the National Football League as the Seattle Seahawks host the San Francisco 49ers on Thursday Night Football. Tonight's broadcast of the National Football League on Westwood One is sponsored by Barbasol Shaving Cream, by BetMGM, by Grainger, by Mint Mobile, by Indeed.com, by Progressive Insurance, and by the official NFL app. Hi, everybody. I'm Scott Graham. Welcome to Thursday Night Football on Westwood One, and we've got a big divisional game early in the season for the Niners and the Seahawks coming into this one. Now, San Francisco comes into this one with a losing record, but remember what they are as a team. Last 4 years, 14-15 in games 1 through 8, 23-4 the rest of the way. To win tonight in Seattle, they've got to beat the quarterback right now who's leading the NFL in passing yards. Geno Smith is in that spot. No Seahawks quarterback has ever led the NFL in passing yards. The Seahawks entered the league in 1976. By the way, they're going to be paying homage to that 1976 look out on the field tonight. For more, we head out to Lumen Field now in Seattle. Welcome in the two guys calling tonight's action, Kevin Kugler and Ron Rivera. Guys?
All right, Scott, thanks very much. Yeah, we're excited to be here, and it's really an important game in the early stages of this season for both of these teams, and maybe more so just a little for the San Francisco 49ers, who are 0 for the NFC West this season. They were 11-1 against this division last year, Coach. 0-2 already against the division this year. And without key players like Christian McCaffrey and others tonight, they've got to try to figure out a way to get it done against the Seattle team that's reeling a little bit as well, having lost 2 in a row.
Right, and both teams are very similar right now because they both have lost their last 2 games. And probably the most important part, for again, as you said, for San Francisco, they've got to win within their division. Being 0-2 is not a good thing right now, so this is a must-win for them. As early as it is to say must, it is a game that they have to have.
Well, you look at this Seattle team, and it's a team that when you came into the season, new head coach Mike McDonald, one of the first things he said was, we are going to ride K9. Kenneth Walker III is going to be a guy that we lean on hard. He got injured, came back, but they didn't lean on anybody in that run game a week ago. Only 7 running back carries in their loss to the Giants. The offense was stuck in neutral for most of that game, and they lose 29-20. Their third game in 11 days. What do you expect to see from this Seattle team?
Well, I do expect them to lean on the running back. They most certainly have to do it. San Francisco has given up a few rushing yards in their last couple of losses, but the key for them most certainly is to be balanced on the offensive side because that's when Seattle's had their most success, especially in their first 3 games. So getting that balance back is very, very important.
when you look at San Francisco, without a guy you know very, very well in Christian McCaffrey, one of your former players when you were the head coach with the Carolina Panthers. So they've had to lean on Jordan Mason. For the most part, he's responded, second in the league in rushing yards this year. Is that a successful recipe tonight against the Seattle team?
It is, with the exception of what goes on in the red zone. They've not been very good in the red zone. They had 6 trips last week, only scored 1 touchdown. They need to get into the red zone and score touchdowns. You can't kick field goals and expect to win games. That's what happens when you don't have a Christian McCaffrey who gives you that diversity. Not only is he a threat to run the ball, he's a threat to go out and catch the football. He's been a very important part of what they've done the last couple of years, so getting him back in the future will be good, but they need to have an answer tonight.
Mentioned that it's Seattle's 3rd game in 11 days, and you can see it on the roster. Reek Woolen out with an ankle injury. Oshena Nwosu on IR now with an injury. So they've had to make some changes, bringing up Jamie Sheriff. Cameron Young has been brought back off the PUP list. Artie Burns, the former first-round pick of the Steelers, up and in the secondary. It's a banged-up Seattle defense going against this San Francisco team.
Well, it is. And again, as you mentioned earlier, San Francisco's banged up as well. So for the most part, these are 2 teams, as I said, are very, very equal statistically. It's going to come down to who makes big plays at the right time for their team.
As Scott mentioned, Seattle in the throwback uniforms tonight. They look awfully sharp, as does our man Scott Graham. As we throw it back to him in our Progressive Insurance Studios. For a job you'll love, visit progressive.com/career. Scott?
Thank you very much, Kevin. You know better than anybody that I very rarely look sharp. However, what we also do know is those throwbacks are just gorgeous. Got a lot more to come as we approach kickoff tonight between the 49ers and the Seahawks, including how this game is going to impact your fantasy weekend. But when we return, we're going to talk with one of the greatest of all time. Hall of Famer Joe Montana joins us. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
Touchdown!
Throughout the 2024 season, each NFL team channel on the Sirius XM app will feature the team's pre- and post-game shows before and after every game.
What's given me confidence is how they've responded to adversity.
Get instant reaction, live interviews, and press conference audio. Now your favorite team's broadcast includes their pre- and post-game shows all season long on the Sirius XM app. All 32 team channels are also available in vehicles equipped with Sirius XM 360L radios.
If you want to win your fantasy football league, you need to listen to Fantasy Sports Radio.
What a play!
From start-sit decisions to waiver wire advice to injury updates, Sirius XM Channel 87 helps you win your fantasy football league. With expert advice from Jeff Mans.
Making the most moves doesn't result in the most wins.
Howard Bender.
Just because you're allowed to make a waiver move doesn't mean you have to make a waiver move.
Jeff Ratcliffe.
Don't overvalue wide receiver, cornerback.
Bob Harris.
If you're in a league that doesn't have IR, go out and start looking to waiver wires for players who are about to be activated.
Adam Ronis.
Personally, I don't like trading for injured players because there's a risk of a setback.
It's so much more.
You've done wonders for me through the year.
Winning strategies from the best analysts in the business are on Fantasy Sports Radio, Sirius XM 87, and on the all-new Sirius XM app.
Touchdown!
Throughout the 2024 season, each NFL team channel on the Sirius XM app will feature the team's pre- and post-game shows before and after every game.
What's given me confidence is how they've responded to adversity.
Get instant reaction, live interviews, and press conference audio. Now your favorite team's broadcast includes their pre- and post-game shows all season long on the Sirius XM app. All 32 team channels are also available in vehicles equipped with Sirius XM 360L radios.
Welcome back to the Thursday Night Football pregame show here on Westwood One as we get you ready for the San Francisco 49ers and the Seattle Seahawks. San Francisco coming in with a 2-3 record, Seattle with 3-2, but difficulties in terms of the loss column of late. Even more difficulties for Seattle in facing San Francisco. The Niners have now won 5 straight games against the Seahawks, including the playoffs, and the combined score in those games is 148-72. In other words, they haven't been close. George Kittle, though, realizes that the way that fires up the fan base, that they're kind of walking into a hornet's nest tonight.
For the core group of guys that have been here who have won in Seattle, I think we've made it pretty clear, and Kyle made it pretty clear too, by just showing like our last couple games that we've been up there, just like how incredibly difficult of an environment it is to play in. It's one of my favorite places to play because of their crowd, and one, it's a night game. Two, it's an incredibly loud field. Three, they hate us, and so it's extra loud, and I absolutely love that. It's like one of the best environments in football, specifically for the 49ers.
However, on the other side, you got a Seahawks team that has thrown the ball well, and as the guys told you at the top, Kevin and Ron talking about the fact that they have not run the ball. They've only called running plays on about 28% of their offensive plays. Geno Smith's been a busy guy. Of course, the Seahawks coming off a loss to the New York Giants, and Geno Smith steps into tonight, coincidentally, with the second worst record by a quarterback on Thursday since 1950. He's 0-5. You know who's 0-6? The guy who beat him last week, Daniel Jones. But he realizes that this one, going up against a divisional opponent, carries a lot of import.
Obviously, they're great at, causing turnovers. You talk about personnel, they got playmakers all around the defense. They play together. They fly around. They got swagger. They're proven. They believe in themselves. And so, they come right in. They're not going to try and, trick you as far as scheme goes. They're going to line up and, force you to beat them for 60 minutes. And so we respect them. They've been a great team, especially in recent years. And, it's time for us to go out there and get it done.
Well, when you talk about the 49ers, the conversation almost begins and ends with Hall of Fame quarterback Joe Montana. He is joining us throughout the month, courtesy of Pfizer. Joe, how are you this week?
Doing good.
Well, tonight we got the Seahawks and your former team, the San Francisco 49ers. Everybody knows you won 4 Super Bowls with them. You were the Super Bowl MVP 3 times, 2-time an NFL MVP. Why so much success, both for you individually and as a team?
When I first got to San Francisco, we were 2-14, and I was fortunate that Bill Walsh came in at the same year that I did, and you could see that Bill knew that this team wasn't good enough. The talent, the people, the mentality of the guys that were there. I mean, we would leave on Saturday. We have an early morning practice, and then we'd be done before noon or so. And then everybody would go home or go to the airplane. But especially when we were at home, it was like a revolving door. As soon as we all went out, it was like 50 guys would come in to try out. So he was trying his hardest as early as he could to try to get the character right of the people that he wanted. He didn't, and as we moved on, and even as we started to have success, he didn't care how good you were. If you were a problem, you weren't there very long. Because he knew that there would be someone else that could fit into there that would take their place and may not be exactly as good as you are, but would be less of a distraction, and the cohesiveness of the team would still be there.
Super Bowl 23 was one of the most famous touchdown drives in NFL history. You're down by 3 to the Bengals, and you go 8 out of 9, going 92 yards in just under 3 minutes. Up until that point, you'd scored 13 points in the entire game, but you get in the huddle, you point out John Candy, and then you take your team down the field. You told me that story last year. What changed on that drive, and why did it look so easy from where we were sitting?
Well, it's funny because you talk about this not only in sports, but in business. It kind of is the same way. Really, when you're struggling, what does everybody want to do? Oh, we got to score right away. We got to get, so you're doing things that you don't typically do. And then all of a sudden, when you get into the 2-minute drill, you're running nothing but plays you have run since day one when I first got to the 49ers. And you know those plays like the back of your hand, and it was just the matter of execution at that point. And the other, and give Sam White credit, because Sam was my first quarterback coach in San Francisco when I first got there, and great friend. And there's nothing better than beating your best friend, especially like that. And but that was all it was. It was just pure execution of the simplest things we did. Instead of going forward, we would go backwards. We had a game against the Saints. We were down like, I want to say 33 to something, 3 or 13 late in the third quarter. And he called us all up and said, look, we're just I want to get out of here going this direction, right? It's not our day. He went backwards. We start doing our fundamental stuff. We win 38-35. And so it's not about, putting new things in and trying new things. It was just about that we went back to what we knew we did best. And it wasn't easy, but it still was, the execution was a little better.
I talked to John Taylor a couple years ago. You knew you were going there, didn't you?
Yeah, but one of the things that Bill, there's a reason I wouldn't call plays, is he had so many plays in the offensive. And the one thing he did is he studied. Obviously, he spent a lot of time. He knew that formation we were in, and the motion by Jerry would kick him into two deep safeties. And as soon as that happened, I knew right away I was going there.
Joe, you're here on behalf of Pfizer. You're getting the word out about pneumococcal pneumonia. Now, can people only catch pneumococcal pneumonia during flu season or in the winter?
No, it's one of those things that can affect you anytime, anywhere. That's part of the reason we're out here. Pfizer's been great. We're trying to get the word out about pneumococcal pneumonia, the dangers of it, and the invasive pneumococcal disease also, and the importance that vaccination can play. Vaccination can help you prevent this, and fortunate or unfortunate for me, after I turned 65, we found out the hard way, right? These are the things that put me at more risk. But you don't have to be older to be at more risk. You could be 19 to 64 and have underlying conditions like asthma or diabetes and still put yourself at a higher risk. And the best thing to do is get with your doctor, get with your pharmacist, or you can also get on vaxassist.com, and that's VAXassist.com. And a lot of great information on there that Pfizer's provided. So, you can get it anytime, anywhere.
Joe, thanks a lot for your time. We'll talk to you again later this week.
Great. Looking forward to it. See you then.
Joe Montana is going to be part of our coverage coming up for Jacksonville and Chicago from London on Sunday morning. Working our way tonight toward kickoff of Thursday Night Football between the Niners and Seahawks. Back with more of the pregame show in a moment. But first, time for our weekly Thursday Night Buzzcast from Sports Business Journal.
I'm Ben Fisher, and here's the latest in the business of pro football. Fox Sports analyst Tom Brady's plan to buy a minority stake in the Las Vegas Raiders will finally get a vote from other NFL owners next week. The scheduled action indicates the Raiders and Brady have adequately addressed concerns over possible conflicts of interest and the price of the deal. The Washington Commanders are in first place in the NFC East, and their business is surging too. They've signed 21 new sponsors since Josh Harris bought the team from Dan Snyder, driving a 23% increase in sponsorship revenue. Former NFL Network reporter Jim Trotter settled his racial discrimination lawsuit against the NFL this week. Terms are not fully known, but the league agreed to make a donation to Trotter's new scholarship foundation for journalism students at historically black colleges. That's your Thursday Night Buzzcast presented by Sports Business Journal, and I'm Ben Fisher. To start your day with the biggest stories in sports business, subscribe to Sports Business Journal's Morning Buzzcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Football season is heating up, and Prize Picks is the best place to get real money sports action while watching football. With over 10 million members now and billions of dollars in awarded winnings, Prize Picks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. The app is so simple to use. Just pick 2 or more players across any sport, pick more or less on their projection, and you can win up to 100 times your money. Prize Picks even invented the flex play, so you can still cash out if one of your picks doesn't hit. I love it. I love it because it's daily fantasy. And it's easy, and it's fun. Download the Prize Picks app today and use the code PRIMETIME and get a $50 credit instantly when you play $5. That's code PRIMETIME on Prize Picks to get a $50 credit instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to get the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. Prize Picks. Run your game. Must be present in certain states where it's lawful to wager, and visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
Tommy! I can't wait for golf this weekend, huh, buddy? Time flies. Love you, man. Oh, don't forget your knee brace again. We aren't in college anymore.
Moments together matter, so help protect yourself from RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV, and there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
I'm at the movies, asking people if they'll switch seats with me for $574.
Here, take mine.
So what about $574 if you switch your home insurance to Allstate?
Too much work.
Not if you call them. They handle the switching.
Now, that's a plot twist.
Shh. Check Allstate first, and you could save hundreds on quality home insurance today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Not available in every state. Based on the national average annual savings for new home insurance customers surveyed in 2023 who switched to Allstate and reported savings. Savings vary.
Welcome back to Thursday Night Football on Westwood One. I'm Scott Graham. It's time for our weekly fantasy football preview with Sports Illustrated senior fantasy analyst Michael Fabiano, sponsored by Prize Picks. Football season is here. Prize Picks is the best place to get real money sports action. Download Prize Picks and use code PRIMETIME and get $50 credit instantly when you play $5. Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details. Michael, how are you?
I'm doing all right, my man. I'm just dodging tornadoes and hurricanes here in South Florida. Otherwise, all is well.
But aside from those small decisions, there are the big decisions, which is who you're starting and sitting for tonight's game. And judging by the list I'm looking at here, it looks like you're expecting a little bit of a shootout.
Yeah, so Brock Purdy, Jordan Mason, Debo, Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle, these guys are typically going to be in lineups. I see Purdy as more of a super flex option. For the Seahawks, same kind of thing. Geno Smith's actually been really good from a fantasy standpoint this season. So he's a low QB1, high QB2 in that flex area. Ken Walker's going to be in most lineups. DK Metcalf as well. I don't love Juwan Jennings or Tyler Lockett, but I do like Jackson Smith and Jigba, because the 49ers have allowed the third most yards to slot receivers. So JSN is a nice flex option. We've got 4 teams on a bye. We've got injuries all over the place. He'll be a nice fill-in this week.
Now, you've got a couple of guys who you think are good starts for this one, but in terms of the matchup itself, Geno Smith, DK Metcalf haven't really done much against the Niners.
Yeah, and that could potentially be something that you think about when you're looking at your Prize Picks options, right? So Geno Smith in 3 career starts against the 49ers, 9.6 points per game. That's bad. But that was also in the Pete Carroll era, right? Now the Seahawks, they throw the ball a lot more, and we're seeing that in the numbers. Brock Purdy, 16.1 points per game in 3 career games against Seattle. That's startable, especially this season. If you're a quarterback who's averaging around 16 points, that's right at the end of the QB1s, which tells you all you need to know about quarterbacks. And you mentioned DK. DK, in his last 6 games against the Niners, has not had more than 65 receiving yards. So that's not great. We'll talk about that in a second. If you have Debo, who gave you a big-time stink bomb last week, he is averaging 25.1 fantasy points in 6 career games against the Seahawks. So as you can tell, Scott, Debo owns Seattle, and he should be in your lineup without question.
All right, so you said it leads us right to it because top of your Prize Picks list is DK Metcalf.
And that's right, and I'm going to go less than 66.5 receiving yards. Once again, back to that trend. 6 straight games, he has not had more than 65 yards. So this would fit right in there. It's tight, but it fits right in there. Also, I mentioned Jackson Smith and Jigba. I'm going to go more than 48.5 receiving yards. Why? I mentioned it. He plays the slot. The Niners have given up the 3rd most receiving yards to slot receivers. And then finally, I'm going to go with Ken Walker, more than 20.5 receiving yards in this game. I think he's going to see a few checkdowns from Geno Smith in this one. So I like DK, less on receiving yards, Jackson Smith and Jigba more on receiving yards, and Kenneth Walker more on his receiving yards prop.
I've got a lot of stuff going on right there and a lot going on around you as well. Mike, as always, good to talk to you. We'll talk to you again next week.
All right, everybody, take care.
And be safe. Just ahead, we will get you one step closer to kickoff time for the Niners and the Seahawks. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
Hey, football fans, this is Jim Miller.
And I'm Pat Kerwin. Be sure to join us tomorrow for Moving the Chains at 3 p.m. Eastern on NFL Radio.
We'll be breaking down all the action from 49ers Seahawks and getting you ready for the rest of the Week 6 matchups.
And we've got plenty to talk about, including the Beltway battle between the Commanders and Ravens and the Lions squaring off with the Cowboys down in Dallas.
So come talk some ball with us tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern on Moving the Chains, Sirius XM, NFL Radio, Channel 88, and the all-new Sirius XM app.
I'm Bruce Murray.
And I'm Rich Gannon.
Join us Friday, noon Eastern Time on the Sirius XM Blitz. We'll recap the NFC West matchup between the 49ers and the Seahawks.
Touchdown! San Francisco!
Plus, we will preview the rest of Week 6, starting with the Commanders, Ravens, Lions, Cowboys, and the Jets' first game without Robert Saleh on Monday Night Football versus the Bills.
So don't miss these Sirius XM Blitz with me and Rich Gannon, Friday, noon Eastern Time on NFL Radio Channel 88 and the all-new Sirius XM app.
NBC Sports Audio Channel 85 on Sirius XM is your home for expert analysis, popular talk shows, and live sports coverage.
Here comes Clark. How will she go for history? Yes! The all-time leading scorer in women's college basketball.
Listen to Dan Patrick, Mike Florio, Matthew Berry, and Chris Sims break down the latest news and offer expert analysis.
How about we play the Super Bowl on the Saturday instead of the Sunday 2 weeks after the AFC-NFC title game? Who's with me?
Plus, play-by-play coverage of some of the biggest events in sports, including the Kentucky Derby, Indy 500, U.S. Open, and more.
And there's one for London. Two Bills on the inside. Right along Maines. And it is going to be Maines to win the Kentucky Derby.
Your home for all the latest news, fantasy expertise, and live events all year long. NBC Sports Audio Channel 85 on Sirius XM.
Welcome back to Thursday Night Football on Westwood 1. Scott Graham in the Progressive Insurance Studios. Offering auto, home, and commercial auto insurance, plus a variety of business insurance options. Visit Progressive.com today. This is the first of 4 games here on many of these same stations over the course of Week 6. Jacksonville and Chicago on Sunday morning. Sunday Night Football, Cincinnati facing the New York Giants in the Meadowlands, and then right back to the Meadowlands for Monday night, Buffalo and the New York Jets. The Jets letting their head coach, Robert Saleh, go this week is the big story. We're going to talk about that at halftime with New York Jets safety Chuck Clark. But when we return, we are going to head back out to Lumen Field and rejoin Kevin Kugler and Ron Rivera. You're listening to Thursday Night Football on Westwood 1.
Whether you own a local business or a global one, you're always looking for ways to position your operation to create opportunities and move on them faster. With Bank of America, you get access to experts, award-winning insights, and business solutions so powerful you'll make every move matter, locally and globally. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. What would you like the power to do? Copyright 2024 Bank of America N.A.
Members, it's here. Milo's Rewards Week deals for members only are up for grabs. Get up to 40% off store-wide on hundreds of items, including select bath products. Plus, save $10 on 1-gallon cans and $50 on 5-gallon pails of Valspar Signature paint. So what are you waiting for? Join for free today and get instant access to hundreds of Milo's Rewards Week deals. Lowe's knows home improvement. Offer valid 10/10 through 10/16. Program subject to terms and conditions. See Lowe's.com/terms for details. Subject to change.
When scouts analyze potential draft picks, they aren't just looking at tape. They need a deep understanding of the person off the field. The same is true with hiring for your small business. When you post a job on LinkedIn, the world's largest professional network, you get more than just a resume. LinkedIn gives you a real-time view into a candidate's skills and experiences. Let LinkedIn's deep candidate insights help you find your next hire today. To post your job for free, go to linkedin.com/recruitment. That's linkedin.com/recruitment. Terms and conditions apply.
Ryan Reynolds here for, I guess, my 100th Mint commercial. No. I mean, honestly, when I started this, I thought I only had to do like 4 of these. I mean, it's unlimited premium wireless for $15 a month. How are there still people paying 2 or 3 times that much? I'm sorry, I shouldn't be victim blaming here.
Give it a try at mintmobile.com/score. $45 upfront payment equivalent to $15 per month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Taxes and fees extra. Speed slower above 40 gigabytes. See details.
Football season is heating up, and Prize Picks is the best place to get real money sports action while watching football. With over 10 million members now and billions of dollars in awarded winnings, Prize Picks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. The app is so simple to use. Just pick 2 or more players across any sport, pick more or less on their projection, and you can win up to 100 times your money. Prize Picks even invented the flex play, so you can still cash out if one of your picks doesn't hit. I love it. I love it because it's daily fantasy. And it's easy, and it's fun. Download the PrizePicks app today and use the code PRIMETIME and get a $50 credit instantly when you play $5. That's code PRIMETIME on PrizePicks to get a $50 credit instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to get the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. PrizePicks, run your game. Must be present in certain states where it's lawful to wager, and visit PrizePicks.com for restrictions and details.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Westwood 1, your home for Thursday Night Football.
Whether your team is at home or on the road, hear every game with your hometown announcers on the SiriusXM app. Just search for your team and click the favorite star.
Thursday Night Football is on Westwood 1.
Throws over the middle, caught, touchdown, untouched, into the end zone, one beyond the hat trick. He's got 4.
Tonight, it's the San Francisco 49ers.
Brock back and a throw for the end zone for Kittle. Lob ball, George went up and caught the ball. Touchdown! San Francisco!
Kittle in the corner, baby! Superman in the phone booth.
And the Seattle Seahawks.
Gino steps up in the pocket, looks, holds, throws deep, got DK open, 30, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Seahawks!
Kickoff is less than 15 minutes away. Let's head to the stadium and join Kevin Kugler and Ron Rivera.
Thank you and welcome to Lumen Field in Seattle for a Week 6 NFC West meeting between the Seahawks and the San Francisco 49ers. I'm Kevin Kugler, joined by 13-year NFL head coach Ron Rivera. Scott Graham will join us from our Westwood 1 studios at halftime. Seattle and San Francisco matching up for the first time this year, and both anxious for a win. I won't say desperate, Coach, because it's Week 6. But anxious, certainly. Seattle started off on a 3-0 start to the season. They've lost 2 straight. And for San Francisco, they're 2-3 on the season. But the way they've lost has been painful, with big leads in the fourth quarter. Double-digit leads they've lost twice this year. And for Kyle Shanahan, it's all a matter of getting this team back on track against first-year head coach Mike Macdonald. So take me into this coaching matchup a little bit. As a longtime coach yourself, what do you see when you investigate Mike Macdonald and Kyle Shanahan?
Well, the biggest thing I've seen is that Kyle Shanahan has struggled against the Baltimore style of defense, and that's where Mike Macdonald came from. You know, Mike Macdonald is part of this group that has basically held him to 0 wins the last 4 times Baltimore faced him. And most recently, last season, Baltimore got after him pretty well. I mean, the final score was really not indicative of how much they dominated. It was 33-19, okay? It was the worst game of Brock Purdy's career so far to date. He threw 4 interceptions. He was sacked 4 times, okay? Just did not have a very good day. So, again, to me, what's happening now is that matchup, to me, is about the coaches. It's going to be about the 2 signal callers, okay? And we know what Mike Macdonald wants to do on defense, that is be aggressive, get after the offensive side of the ball. And we most really know that Kyle Shanahan wants to be able to move the ball at will against this very stingy defense.
So that was with Baltimore's defense. Does Mike Macdonald have the personnel on the Seattle defense to create similar problems for San Francisco quarterback Brock Purdy tonight?
I think he can, because when you look at some of the things that they do, again, they still use different fronts. They give a 3-man front, a 4-man front, very similar to what they did in Baltimore. But what they do also do is they do some really good things with their coverage. And I think the big thing that you look at for the most part is you got a Devin Witherspoon that can match up, you know, with either of these receivers. I mean, I think he can really do some good things and help shut down, you know, that passing game. But again, it's going to come up to what happens in the front, because Brock Purdy, he can extend plays with this athletic ability and can make plays downfield.
For the defensive side of the ball for San Francisco, first-year coordinator Nick Sorensen, who came up through the San Francisco system over the last few years, eyeing this Seattle offense. What's the specific challenge that you have if you're San Francisco's defense? What do you expect to see from the offense on the other side of the ball tonight?
Well, for the most part, everything starts with Geno Smith. But last week, they only gave the ball 7 times to the running backs. Okay, they've come out Their coordinator, Grubb, has come out and said, listen, I'm going to make sure the running game is a big part of what we do. Because if you look at their first 3 wins, they were very balanced, running the ball and passing the ball. Their 2 losses, very lopsided. They threw the ball much more than they did run it. In fact, that last week, they only had the running backs carry the ball 7 times. So this has to happen. They have to run the ball to have success.
Geno Smith, the NFL's completions leader, the NFL's pass yardage leader through 5 games, and celebrating a birthday today. Geno Smith turns 34 today. Will he celebrate with his first career win on Thursday Night Football? Geno Smith is 0-5 in his career when playing on Thursday nights. He's got another chance tonight on his birthday at home against his division rival, the San Francisco 49ers. Stay with us. We're working our way towards kickoff between the 49ers and the Seahawks. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
Touchdown! Throughout the 2024 season, each NFL team channel on the Sirius XM app will feature the team's pre- and post-game shows before and after every game.
What's given me confidence is how they've responded to adversity.
Get instant reaction, live interviews, and press conference audio. Now your favorite team's broadcast includes their pre- and post-game shows all season long on the Sirius XM app. All 32 team channels are also available in vehicles equipped with Sirius XM 360L radios.
Hey, football fans, this is Jim.
Nobody covers the National Football League.
They give Mahomes time for the end zone. He throws it. It's caught. Touchdown!
Like Sirius XM NFL Radio, Channel 88. Our team of former players, coaches, and front office executives like Pat Kerwin, Jim Miller, Rich Gannon, Alex Smith, and Hall of Famer Bill Polian brings you closer to the game. If it's happening, we are there. Live from the Scouting Combine in March to the Draft in April. And in the summer, SiriusXM NFL Radio takes you to all 32 training camps. We connect you with the history of the game on stage for Hall of Fame weekend. Hear all the primetime play-by-play action from opening night through the Super Bowl.
Spectacular in every way. Confetti flying in the air.
Your 24/7 home for the NFL all year long. SiriusXM NFL Radio, Channel 88.
I'm Bruce Murray.
And I'm Rich Gannon.
Join us Friday, noon Eastern Time on the Sirius XM Blitz. We'll recap the NFC West matchup between the 49ers and the Seahawks.
Touchdown! San Francisco!
Plus, we will preview the rest of Week 6, starting with the Commanders, Ravens, Lions, Cowboys, and the Jets' first game without Robert Saleh on Monday Night Football versus the Bills.
So don't miss the Sirius XM Blitz with me and Rich Gannon. Friday, noon Eastern Time on NFL Radio Channel 88 and the all-new Sirius XM app.
Back in Seattle as we approach kickoff between the San Francisco 49ers and the Seattle Seahawks on a picture-perfect night for football in the Pacific Northwest. After a cloudy morning, the skies have cleared, a little waning sunlight here in Seattle as we get ready to start off Week 6 in the National Football League. Kevin Kugler alongside former head coach and longtime coach in this league, Ron Rivera, and it's time for Ron Rivera's Keys to the Game, sponsored by LinkedIn. Don't lose out on your next big hire. Find them on LinkedIn today to post your job for free. Go to linkedin.com/recruitment. Terms and conditions apply. Coach, let's start with the San Francisco 49ers. What do you see from this team?
Well, offensively, protect Brock Purdy. Give him time to set up and throw the ball. He will move the offense. Secondly, score in the red zone. Touchdowns. Too many field goals. Last year they were number 1. This year they're 29th in the red zone. Defensively, contain Geno. Geno makes things happen with his ability to move around, extend plays, and even run. He's been the rushing leader the last 2 weeks. Secondly, on defense, their DBs have to intercept the ball. They have no interceptions from the defensive backs this year.
Which is a very strange thing from a team that is usually very good in that category. All right, let's shift gears now to the Seahawks. What do you see from the home team as they try to break a 2-game skid?
Run the ball. They have to run the ball. Last week, there were only 7 carries by their running backs. They got to get these guys involved, have balance on your offense. Defensively, stop the run and get pressure on the quarterback. In their 2 losses, there was almost no pressure on the quarterback. They've got to make Brock Purdy feel uncomfortable.
Well, and when you look at this Seattle team in these 2 losses, allowing 35.5 points per game the last 2 weeks and almost 7 yards per play allowed after allowing just 4 yards per play in the first 3 weeks. They've been gashed in the pass game. They've struggled to keep teams out of the end zone. It has been a continual problem for this Seattle defense the last 2 weeks.
It has, and one of the biggest things you haven't seen is pressure on the quarterback. That's something that needs to happen today.
The opening kickoff is coming up. Seattle and San Francisco in the Pacific Northwest. You're listening to Thursday Night Football on Westwood One.
There are so many things I love about fall weather. The crisp air, the changing leaves, it's all so magical. Until my kids catch a chill outside. That's where Kohl's comes in, with cozy layers, warm jeans, and more. I found all the styles my kids need when the seasons change. Plus, I got 20% off with a coupon and earn Kohl's Cash. So here's my style forecast. Prep better for fall weather at Kohl's. Select styles. Offers end October 20th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
Mom, meet Sarah.
From first-time Nana moments.
And welcome to Flight 101.
To annual girls trip moments. Your can't-miss moments are worth protecting against RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or diabetes, you're at higher risk of being hospitalized from RSV. And there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com.
So where should we go next?
Sponsored by Pfizer.
NFL Plus Premium has your game day covered. With NFL Plus Premium, you can stream NFL Network 24/7 across devices and watch the Jacksonville Jaguars versus the Chicago Bears on Sunday, October 13th at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time from London. Plus, catch all the action with NFL Red Zone, game replays, and more, all in one place. Sign up today at plus.nfl.com. Subscription required for NFL Plus Premium. Terms and conditions apply.
Progressive presents 10 things on a food truck owner's to-do list that are harder than getting a commercial auto insurance quote. Stocking the fridge, prepping the stations, finding employees that get along well, finding employees that actually do their job. Looking at you, Gary. Balancing the books, balancing the flavors, having a fresh menu and fresh produce and fresh meat, but never a fresh mouth. But the easiest thing on a small business owner's to-do list? Seeing if you can save on commercial auto insurance. Get a quote in as little as 7 minutes at progressivecommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Coverage subject to policy terms and conditions.
At Boot Barn, we're driven by everything the cowboy boot stands for. The reliable communities of the West, the hardened values of the cowboy, and the unshakable spirit of all who lead a tenacious lifestyle. Justin Boots capture these Western ideals in every pair. Their handcrafted boots are an invitation into the continuing story of the West, open to all who dream of untamed lands and endless Western skies. Justin Boots at Boot Barn.
All right, gentlemen, this is Emmett Smith on behalf of Depend, and I've got the perfect play. Run straight to your doctor's office for a life-changing catch. Because when prostate cancer is caught early, it's up to 99% treatable, and one blood test might be all it takes. And now through November, Depend is donating to the Prostate Cancer Foundation for select purchases. Talk about a great play.
From September 1st to November 30th, Depend is donating 40 cents to the Prostate Cancer Foundation for Depend Shield Guards Real Fit products purchased in the U.S. up to a maximum of $300,000 void in Mississippi.
Welcome back to Thursday Night Football on Westwood One. It's time for another memorable moment in football history. Sponsored by Kohl's.
McCaffrey behind Purdy. Awaiting the snap, it comes in letter high. Looks left, throws left side. Wide open, Kittle at the 35. Down the left sideline to the 30. A little hesitation at the 20. Breaks the tackle at the 10. Oh, Kittle's going to go all the way for the touchdown. 54 yards, Purdy to Kittle. And some awful Purdy moves in the secondary for Kittle to get in for 6. That was Week 15 2 seasons ago when the Seahawks and 49ers met on a Thursday night here at Lumen Field. Kittle had a pair of touchdown catches, and mid-season trade acquisition Christian McCaffrey added a score on the ground as San Francisco went on to win it 21-13, and in the process, clinching the NFC West title. The Niners and Seahawks would meet again the following month in the wild card round, and once again the 49ers came out on top. A divisional win over Dallas followed before the fairy tale run of rookie quarterback Brock Purdy came to an end. An elbow injury knocked the 2022 draft's Mr. Irrelevant out of the game early in a blowout loss to Philadelphia in the NFC Championship game. That's tonight's memorable moment in football history, sponsored by Kohl's. When life gets real, start at Kohl's and Kohl's.com. They've lowered prices on thousands of items store-wide. Kohl's, where families come first. We are closing in on kickoff. The captains have gathered at midfield. The coin toss indicating that San Francisco is going to start off with the football in their hands, and this offense, it's trying to figure out a way to get things going, will have a chance right out of the gate with Brock Purdy and company on the field. And one of the things you look at is this team first half versus second half, Coach Rivera, plus 40 point differential in the first half, minus 20 in the second half for San Francisco. Wouldn't be a surprise to anybody based on the small history that we have of this 2024 season to see San Francisco get out to an early lead. The question's going to be, can they hold it by the end?
Absolutely. And the big part of that, too, will be whether or not they can run the ball successfully in the second half. That's something that will really help sustain those leads and give them an opportunity to win football games. Again, it's about being balanced with pass and run.
The officials were on the wrong side of the field when they indicated who was going to get the ball. It'll be Seattle that will start with the football first. So Geno Smith on his birthday will make his way out onto the field to start things off. And the Seahawks, with a 2-game losing streak going, you expect a lot of Kenneth Walker III tonight.
I most certainly do, especially in light of what happened last week. But also, if they go back and do a little self-scout, they would have learned something, and that is when they run the ball and they keep their balance to their offense, they've won football games.
Seattle will move from our left to our right. They're in the throwback 90s uniforms. And for Seattle, just an outstanding look. The silver helmet, the royal blue jersey, and the silver pants combo. It's the second and final time that they'll wear it this season. Meanwhile, for San Francisco, it's road whites, tops and bottoms, red numerals on the front and back, and of course, the San Francisco traditional gold helmet. We're ready to get this one started. Week 6 of the National Football League about to get underway, and we're thrilled that you've decided to spend some time with us tonight in Seattle. LaVisca Chenault and D. Williams, the deep end, on a short kickoff. It'll bounce at the 10, picked up with a 5 by Chenault. To the 15, Chenault veers left to the 20, up the middle to the 25, breaks a tackle at the 30, and spins his way to the 35 before he's finally brought down by Robert Beal Jr. A 30-yard return. And now the offense comes out for the Seahawks with Charles Cross, Laken Tomlinson, Connor Williams, Anthony Bradford, and Stone Forsythe left to right across the offensive line. Noah Fant, the tight end, DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, and Jackson Smith and Jigba, the wide receivers. They are in 3 wide receiver personnel 77% of the time, but they'll start tonight with 2 tight ends as A.J. Barner and Pharaoh Brown will man that second spot. And on first down, it's a handoff to Walker, and Walker up the middle down to the 38-yard line. And let's set the starters for this San Francisco defense. Malik Collins, who made that tackle, with Kevin Gibbons and Kalia Davis in the middle. Nick Bosa and Leonard Floyd on the ends. Devondre Campbell and Fred Warner, one of the best linebackers in the game, in the middle of that defense. Charvarius Ward is out tonight. You'll hear a lot of Brock Yassin. You'll hear a lot of Darrell Luter, Isaac Yadam, Diamador Lenore, and Jair Brown in the secondary. In the pistol formation, second down and 7. The ball at the 38-yard line. Motion across from right to left from Lockett. Geno Smith under center, turns, gives to Walker, bounces into his blocker, and then tries to plunge forward, gets stopped just shy of the 40-yard line. Only one for Kenneth Walker, the third, that brings up third down.
You know, you're seeing it already. San Francisco's anticipating run. Great penetration up front by the 2 defensive tackles.
They were clearly listening to your keys to the game. They knew that there was going to be some running. We'll see if they stick with that on a 3rd and 6. The ball at the 40-yard line. Opening possession of this ball game just underway in Seattle. 3 receivers to the right of the line, and the shotgun is Geno Smith leaning in on his left foot, awaiting that shotgun snap. Barking out the signal, shotgun snap comes in belt high. Smith in the pocket, steps and throws. It's caught by Metcalf up the left sideline to midfield, across the 49er 40 and out of bounds at the 34. DK Metcalf chased out by Renardo Green. They're going to mark him out at the 31, and DK Metcalf picks up 29 on a first down.
You know, the 49ers drop back into zone coverage and were trying to pass those crossers, and one of the linebackers, he came over a little too far, allowed that catch and run.
From the shotgun, they hustle up to the line, just shy of the 30-yard line. Seattle converts on a big third down, and now back to work. 2 receivers to the right of the line, 2 wide to the left. Smith gets the shotgun snap, delayed handoff. It's Zach Charbonnet up the middle, and Charbonnet takes it down to the 26-yard line. A pickup of 4 on the play and a good run on first down for the former UCLA Bruin.
You know, the 49ers were again in zone coverage, and the biggest thing that happened there, they started to drop before they cleared, the quarterback cleared the running back. He handed it off, and the linebackers had already gotten too much depth.
And a 4-yard gain, the result, to the 26-yard line. Seattle on the move. From our left to our right on this opening drive, scoreless in Seattle. Kenneth Walker back in at running back. The handoff to Walker, trying to bounce to the outside. Bosa had him. He pulled away from Bosa, able to get yardage to the 25. He gets a yard before Diamador Lenore can bring him down, but that penetration by Nick Bosa really threw off that whole run play.
It did, because what he did was he set the outside edge, forced that ball to cut back inside to the pursuit. That's why it was a very good defensive play.
And now a 3rd down and medium, 3rd and 5. Already well within Jason Myers' field goal range. Seattle looking for more. Lockett and Smith and Jigba will join Metcalf on the left side of the line. Fant stands in the slot right. Leaning in on the right hash, awaiting the shotgun snap is Geno Smith. He's got Walker to his left. Gets that shotgun snap. Niners rush 4. Smith throws over the middle. Too tall, and it's intercepted at the 2. And out of bounds. Right into the hands of Malik Mustafa, who has his first career interception marked out at the 3, and Seattle is turned away on the 5th interception of the year thrown by Geno Smith.
You know, they were in man coverage. Great job by Green as he was shadowing. The ball was slightly overthrown. Great positioning by the safety. Put himself in position to make the interception.
Scoreless and a turnover has the Niners at the 3 when we return with 11:26 remaining in quarter number 1. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
Touchdown! Throughout the 2024 season, each NFL team channel on the Sirius XM app will feature the team's pre- and post-game shows before and after every game.
What's given me confidence is how they've responded to adversity.
Get instant reaction, live interviews, and press conference audio. Now your favorite team's broadcast includes their pre- and post-game shows all season long on the Sirius XM app. All 32 team channels are also available in vehicles equipped with Sirius XM 360L radios.
If you want to win your fantasy football league, you need to listen to Fantasy Sports Radio.
What a play!
From start-sit decisions to waiver wire advice to injury updates, Sirius XM Channel 87 helps you win your fantasy football league. With expert advice from Jeff Mans.
Making the most moves doesn't result in the most wins.
Howard Bender.
Just because you're allowed to make a waiver move doesn't mean you have to make a waiver move.
Jeff Ratcliffe.
Don't overvalue wide receiver, cornerback.
Bob Harris.
If you're in a league that doesn't have IR, go out and start looking to waiver wires for players who are about to be activated.
Adam Ronis.
Personally, I don't like trading for injured players because there's a risk of a setback.
And so much more.
You've done wonders for me through the year.
Winning strategies from the best analysts in the business are on Fantasy Sports Radio, Sirius XM 87, and on the all-new Sirius XM app.
Hey, football fans, this is Jim Miller.
And I'm Pat Kerwin. Be sure to join us tomorrow for Moving the Chains at 3 p.m. Eastern on NFL Radio.
We'll be breaking down all the action from 49ers Seahawks and getting you ready for the rest of the Week 6 matchups.
And we've got plenty to talk about, including the Beltway battle between the Commanders and Ravens and the Lions squaring off with the Cowboys down in Dallas.
So come talk some ball with us tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern on Moving the Chains, Sirius XM, NFL Radio, Channel 88, and the all-new Sirius XM app.
Kevin Kugler and Ron Rivera here in the Grainger broadcast booth in Seattle. For the ones who get it done, there's Grainger, offering over 1 million industrial-grade products, fast delivery, and free technical support. Call clickgrainger.com or just stop by. Geno Smith throws an interception. The Niners take over at the 3 in a scoreless first quarter. Crowd getting very loud with San Francisco in the end zone on the right side, and the handoff on first down is to Jordan Mason, and Mason goes maybe for a yard to the 4-yard line before being driven back by that Seattle front led by Jonathan Hankins. And let's set the line for the Niners. It's Trent Williams, Aaron Banks, Jake Brendel, Dominic Pooney, and Colton McKivitz from left to right. George Kittle, the tight end, Brandon Ayuk and Deebo Samuel are the wide receivers. Jordan Mason, the running back, with Brock Purdy at the quarterback spot. Double tights along the right side with Eric Saubert joining George Kittle. From the shotgun with Mason to his left. Samuel in motion from left to right. Purdy, play action from the end zone. Steps up. He's going to run across the 5 and slips down as he gets to the 11-yard line. A scamper of 7. Leonard Williams covers him up, and it'll bring up 3rd and short now for San Francisco.
It was a good job in coverage there by the Seahawks. He had nowhere to run, but the middle did open. That's why he tucked it and took off running.
Jawan Jennings enters as a 3rd wide receiver for the Niners. 3rd and 2, scoreless first quarter. Mason to the right of Purdy. Back in the shotgun with 3 receivers left. The tight end Kittle to the right. Purdy to throw on 3rd and 2. Pressure comes. Purdy dancing around. Veers to the left. Steps through a tackle. Brock Purdy runs for the first down. Leonard Williams had a shot at him. He finally was able to yank him down. But Brock Purdy escaped real damage in the backfield when Jaron Reed, who looked like he had him wrapped up, couldn't pull him down. And then he slipped through the hands of Jerome Baker and got the first down.
Again, nice job on zone coverage, matching those guys as they're crossing, force Purdy to tuck it and run.
And now 1st and 10, a little space now for the Niners at their own 15. In the pistol with Mason behind Purdy. He'll get the handoff. Mason rams into that line, bounces off a couple of tacklers, and pinballs forward for 3 to the 18-yard line. Jonathan Hankins, coach, was in the backfield right away, and he was able to bounce off him for positive yards.
Yeah, he was. He forced that play really to bounce, but again, great piece of running by Jordan as Mason found a hole to pick up 3.5, 4 yards.
14 carries, 89 yards a week ago in the loss to Arizona from Mason, who came in 2nd in the league in rushing this year, 2nd and 6. Motion behind from Deebo Samuel, and the give is to Samuel on the sweep, and Samuel across the 20 and is fighting his way out near the 24-yard line. Kayvon Wallace met him at the 22, and then Deebo Samuel showing off a little bit of power, ends up just about a half-yard shy of a first down.
Yes, Deebo is very stout, and he has the ability to run the ball. He will cut back into traffic and try and make people miss, but because of his ability to run, he picked up a couple extra yards to put themselves in 3rd and short.
Another 3rd and short. They had 3rd and 2, their first 3rd down of this possession. They got the first on the Purdy scramble. Now 3rd down and less than a yard. Purdy under center. Juszczyk the fullback. Mason the running back. They're offset behind. Purdy now under center, looks, turns, fakes the give, rolls to the right, throws it all alone. A tip grab by Samuel at the 34 for a first down. The ball was behind him, and he reached behind his shoulder and batted it to himself to pick up 11.
Oh, the play action to Jordan Mason was huge because it got the defense to flow and allowed Deebo to work across the defense's face. And again, a better throw, that ball might have turned into a much bigger gain.
Boy, what a play by Deebo Samuel, having to look over his right shoulder just to bat that ball in the air and keep it alive. 2 for 2 on 3rd down on the drive. Out to the 34. This started at the 3. Double tights on the left side of the line. Single receivers left and right. Under center is Purdy. First down and 10. Toss play. Mason turns up the hash across the 40. Breaks the tackle at the 45. Across the logo at midfield. Diagonal to the 40. Now Mason to the 35. Punches a tackler away at the 30 and is down near the Seattle 29-yard line. Boye Mafe finally got him after a pickup of 38.
I tell you, they had a great defensive stance right there. They set the edge, forced the ball to cut back, but it was being over-pursued by the interior of the defensive line and the backside linebackers getting too far over.
Impressive run for Jordan Mason. And now 1st down and 10 at the 28. Kittle motioning from right to left. Purdy under center. In the backfield is Deebo Samuel. He's the single setback. And a draw play to Samuel. Bursts forward to the 25, lowers the pads, and drives down near the 23. Give him 5 on a first down run. And it is 2nd down for San Francisco, and they have just really dominated up front on this drive.
They have, but you know what's happening? They're using Deebo a little bit like they would Christian McCaffrey. move them outside as a receiver, run some sweeps with them, run a straight-ahead dive play. That's Christian McCaffrey if he was here playing.
Second down and 5 at the 23. Jawan Jennings will split out with Kittle to the left. Single to the right is Ayuk. Samuel in the backfield. He'll shift to the right. Purdy, straight drop, wants to throw. In a clean pocket, dances forward, now backs up to the 35 and throws off his back foot, open over the middle. It's Jawan Jennings, and he's down at the 10. Rayshawn Jenkins with the tackle, 13 yards on the toss, first and goal, San Francisco.
Again, this is the problem that Seattle's had. They're not getting pressure on the quarterback. He had way too much time to extend the play with his athletic ability, and Jennings found a hole in this zone defense right now.
10th play of the drive coming up. A drive that started at their own 3-yard line. Purdy will go under center. He's got Mason behind him on first and goal at the 10. The handoff to Mason, a step to the right, and Mason goes into the middle of the line and is down at the 7. A 3-yard gain. Jaron Reed and Rayshawn Jenkins there. Second and goal, 4:40 to play in a scoreless first quarter.
Now this is something we talk about. They have to score touchdowns in the red zone. They cannot kick field goals.
One of your keys to the game. They were just 1 for 6 in the red zone a week ago. And in a 1-point loss, it's safe to say that came back to bite him in a big way.
Absolutely.
Second and goal at the 7. Samuel and Ayuk to the right of the line, Jennings to the left. Mason standing to the right of Purdy. Now Purdy will shift him out of the backfield in motion to the left side. Brock Purdy alone in the shotgun, gets the snap, looks over the defense, steps to his left, throws toward the goal line, and it's incomplete. He wanted Mason at the 2. Jerome Baker, who had 14 tackles a week ago with good coverage, now third and goal.
That's where you miss Christian McCaffrey. With his ability to get open and his ability to make tough catches is being missed in the red zone.
What a big play early. Trying to cash in with a touchdown in the red zone instead of being turned away again. Third and goal. Marching from their own 3 to the Seattle 7. Jennings, Kittle, Samuel to the right. Juszczyk, Ayuk to the left. Empty backfield. Purdy in the gun, claps his hands, stomps his foot, gets the chest-high shotgun snap, throws for the back right corner of the end zone, the ball in the air, and it's batted away. No good, incomplete, and it's Artie Burns, just brought up off the practice squad, who bats it away, the former first-round pick of the Steelers, with a touchdown-saving play in the right corner of the end zone.
Artie did a really good job. They're playing some form of cover 2, so he knows he has help to his inside, so he works, pushes the receiver outside, and then when he looks for the ball, he makes a play on it.
So now, once again, San Francisco gets into the red zone. No touchdown, and they'll bring on the field goal unit with Matthew Wright, who was signed on Tuesday with the Jake Moody injury. This is his first San Francisco try. It's a 25-yard attempt. Snap is down, the kick is on the way, and it is good. And Matthew Wright, in his 49ers debut, gets San Francisco on top 3-0. And a reminder that for every field goal made tonight and throughout the remainder of the season, Barbasol will make a donation to Kurt and Brenda Warner's Treasure House, a living community for adults with disabilities. Barbasol Shaving Cream, America's #1 shaving cream. Close shave, America. Close shave, Barbasol. 3-0 San Francisco, 3:58 remaining in the first. You're listening to Thursday Night Football on Westwood One.
Cultural Marxism is destroying America. Learn how to combat it in Hillsdale College's free documentary course, Marxism, Socialism, and Communism. Go to hillsdale.edu/free learning and start now. That's HILLSDALE.edu/free learning to start for free today.
As a small business owner, you need to feel confident that every new hire is going to perform when the game is on the line. With LinkedIn Jobs, you can feel confident knowing that your small business is getting the highest quality talent. As the world's largest professional network, where 8 people are hired every minute, you can confidently hire professionals you can't find anywhere else with LinkedIn Jobs. Post your job for free at linkedin.com/recruitment. That's linkedin.com/recruitment. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey, football fans, with BetMGM's second chance promotion, you'll get your stake back if your first touchdown scorer scores second. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to gamble responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms, 21 years of age and older. This U.S. promotional offer not available in Mississippi, Nevada, Ontario, or Puerto Rico. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Available in the U.S. For New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. For Arizona, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. For Massachusetts, 1-800-327-5050. For Iowa, 1-800-BETS-OFF. For Puerto Rico, 1-800-981-0023. Subject to eligibility requirements in partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
From town councils to Capitol Hill, agents who are realtors are advocating for what's right. We're working to increase affordable housing supply and ensure fair housing for all. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. That's who we are.
Time now for tonight's Fact of the Game, sponsored by Mint Mobile. Switch and get half off unlimited premium wireless at mintmobile.com/score. Seahawks receivers Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf came in with huge streaks on the line. Lockett has caught at least one pass in 74 straight. With a catch on the first drive, Metcalf trails him now with a catch in 73 straight games. That's second and third in franchise history, but they're not breaking the record tonight. Steve Largent has the record, 177 straight games with a catch. That took over 12 seasons for that. It's going to be a while before either of those guys challenge the great Steve Largent in that category.
Most certainly will be a while because, again, a guy like that, playing as steady as he had, that's an impressive record.
3-0 lead for San Francisco. The 49ers will kick off. D. Williams and Laviska Shenault back deep. Williams and Shenault with their toes on the goal line. The kickoff will be taken by neither. It goes right between the two Seahawks, and now Williams picks it up 3 yards deep in the end zone, tries to bring it out, and he's buried at the 9. Oh, confusion reigning supreme. Only a 12-yard return. Williams watched it bounce into the end zone. Could have just taken the knee for the touchback. Instead, hesitated, then brought it out, and Geno Smith is buried in his own end at the 9-yard line.
Well, that's a very tough way to start. You throw an interception, your first possession, your next possession, you're starting inside the 10. Geno's got to be thinking about he's got to get this ball going forward.
First down and 10. They'll mark it at the 10-yard line, and Geno Smith will go under center. He's got Walker behind it. 2 receivers to the left. Metcalf split out to the right. The handoff is to Walker, upended at the line of scrimmage. No gain. Diamador Lenore is right there with the ankle tackle, and it's second down and 10.
Again, good penetration up front by the defensive tackles, and then a good fill by Lenore.
A little bit of pace, quickly up to the line for Seattle on second down and 10 at the 10. Smith gets the shotgun snap, hands to Walker again. This time cuts left at the 15, and Walker is down at the 18-yard line. A little pushing and shoving afterwards after Kenneth Walker was planted in the turf at the 18, but a good run of 8, and it'll set up third and short. What did you see, Coach, from the San Francisco defense as to how they were playing Seattle on that opening drive?
Opening drive, they played a lot of zone, and they were disguising it very well by showing too high consistently and either dropping that safety down playing cover 3 or staying deep and playing cover 2.
So third down and 2 now after the 8-yard run from Walker. 3 receivers stacked to the right. Smith and Jigman now motioning to that right side. Geno Smith looks, throws over the middle, finds his tight end. Noah Fant just settles in at the 25-yard line. Smith throws a strike, and it's a first down.
Again, they showed cover 2, played cover 2, so Fant, knowing what to do, just worked himself away from the middleman, the Mike linebacker, and presented an open target for the quarterback.
Another one of those tight ends out of Tight End University on full display tonight. The Iowa Hawkeyes with Noah Fant on the Seattle side and George Kittle on the San Francisco side. Fresh set of downs to the 25-yard line. Pharaoh Brown and Noah Fant, the 2 tight ends to the right of the line, 2 receivers to the left. And on first down at the 25-yard line, Geno Smith under center, fakes the give to Walker, who picks up the pressure. Now Smith floats it for Metcalf on the left sideline, who is well covered by Lenore, and the pass is short and incomplete. It'll bring up second down and 10.
It was a nice job of movement around as far as the 49ers were concerned because they brought D. Winters off the right side with a good disguise. Had a chance to get to the quarterback, but he's got to finish the pass rush. He can't let himself be blocked by the running back.
And Walker, who did that job of blocking him out of the play, protecting his quarterback, but the pass incomplete. Second down and 10, 3-0 San Francisco. 2 minutes to play in this opening quarter. 2 receivers right of the line, single wide to the left. On second down, Smith from the gun throws to the right side, and it's in and out of the hands of DK Metcalf. He had Isaac Yiadom out there in coverage. Not sure if Yiadom got a hand on the ball, Coach, or if he was able to just distract the vision of DK Metcalf, and the pass falls incomplete.
I think it was a little bit of a distraction, but they were playing cover 2, and it was a nice job by him as far as keeping himself there, being patient, and then actually did tip the ball, then making the diving tip and preventing the completion.
So now 3rd down and 10 from the 25, moving from our left to our right. Smith leaning in on his left foot, flanked by 2 tight ends in the backfield. Gets the shotgun snap. Steps up, throws over the middle, incomplete. DK Metcalf was trying to lean out through coverage and just could not pull it in. He had Jair Brown on one side and Isaac Yiadom on the other. Pass is incomplete, and it's 4th down.
I'll tell you, it was a great break by Jair, because if it doesn't get tipped, that ball should have been or could have been intercepted by him.
Crowd's groaning as they look up at this on the monitor. They thought there should have been interference on that play. They are biased, of course, so take that with a grain of salt.
It was awful close. It really was.
Now on to punt it away is Michael Dixon. All the way back to the 15-yard line, and a slip by Jacob Cowing, and he dives forward across the 20 to the 23. Like he was on roller skates. He slipped down, got up, and fell forward. An 8-yard return after the 60-yard punt by Dixon. Timeout in Seattle, 1:43 remaining in the opening quarter, 3-0 San Francisco. You're listening to Thursday Night Football on Westwood 1.
Try Barbasol 1919 Classic Shaving Cream. This modern-day non-aerosol formula features enhanced ingredients, an exceptional glide, and crisp fragrance for a shave experience like no other. Learn more at Barbasol.com.
Barbasol. Hey everyone, it's Joe Montana. Spreading the word about pneumococcal pneumonia, a potentially serious bacterial lung disease that can be life-threatening. If you're 65 or older like me, you're at increased risk. So, what's the game plan? A strong defense. Pneumococcal pneumonia can strike at any time in any season, so you shouldn't wait to help protect yourself. Talk to your doctor or pharmacist about vaccination today and learn more at knowpneumonia.com. That's KNOW pneumonia.com.
Sponsored by Pfizer.
Hey, I'm Ryan Reynolds. At Mint Mobile, we like to do the opposite of what Big Wireless does. They charge you a lot, we charge you a little. So naturally, when they announced they'd be raising their prices due to inflation, we decided to deflate our prices due to not hating you. That's right. We're cutting the price of Mint Unlimited from $30 a month to just $15 a month.
Give it a try at mintmobile.com/score. $45 upfront payment equivalent to $15 per month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Taxes and fees extra. Speed slower above 40 gigabytes. See detail.
All right, gentlemen, this is Emmitt Smith on behalf of Depend, and I've got the perfect play. Run straight to your doctor's office for a life-changing catch. Because when prostate cancer is caught early, it's up to 99% treatable, and one blood test might be all it takes. And now through November, Depend is donating to the Prostate Cancer Foundation for select purchases. Talk about a great play.
From September 1st to November 30th, Depend is donating 40 cents to the Prostate Cancer Foundation for Depend Shield Guards Real Fit products purchased in the U.S. up to a maximum of $300,000 void in Mississippi.
Cultural Marxism is destroying America. Learn how to combat it in Hillsdale College's free documentary course, Marxism, Socialism, and Communism. Go to hillsdale.edu/free learning and start now. That's HILLSDALE.edu/free learning to start for free today.
Fall is the best time of year to feed your lawn with Scott's Turf Builder Winter Guard. Put it down now to strengthen the roots for winter and give your lawn a deeper green next spring. With Ron Rivera, Kevin Kugler, our entire Westwood One crew on hand in Seattle, kicking off Week 6 with a 3-0 San Francisco lead. 1:43 to play in quarter number 1, and the second 49ers possession begins at their own 24-yard line. Mason the single set in the backfield behind Brock Purdy. Motion across from Juszczyk. He'll line up on the left side next to Trent Williams. Straight drop for Purdy on first down. Pressure comes. Purdy throws. It's Mason over the middle at the 30. Dodges to the right at the 32-yard line, and he gets a 9-yard gain out to the 33 before he's yanked down by Rayshon Jenkins. Good gain on first down to Mason.
You know, again, it's another one of those Tampa 2 defenses we just saw. The middle linebacker just vacated the spot, so running back was wide open, dumped it off to him for a big gain.
Second down and a yard at the 33. Into the pistol formation now where Mason stands a good 3 yards behind Brock Purdy. Snap to Purdy, hand to Mason. Mason blown up in the backfield, and down he goes at the 32-yard line. Tyrell Dodson, who had 9 tackles and a sack a week ago, already 2 games with 10 tackles or more, gets the tackle for loss there at the 32.
I think number 90, Jaron Reed, great penetration, and that's what really caused that play to just stop right there in its tracks.
So now another short third down for San Francisco. They've been effective on these, at least early in this ballgame. Converted a 3rd and 1 and a 3rd and 2 in their opening drive. 2 receivers left, single wide to the right. Mason to the right of Purdy. Play fake. Purdy keeps, throws over the middle. It's batted away from Kittle by Julian Love. It was a little bit like the old Tim Tebow play where he fakes the give, lunges towards the line like he's going to run, then steps back to throw. But Julian Love, the veteran, was all over George Kittle. Love been battling a hamstring all week, Coach, and he comes up with a big play to turn the Niners away.
Well, and the big thing, too, was Seattle showed an odd front, like they were bringing pressure, and they actually did bring pressure, brought an extra backer up the middle, and again, that kind of threw the timing off of everything for Purdy.
Mitch Wishnowsky to punt it away, and this one's going to stop before it starts. There was movement up front. Now, it looked like the left side of the 49ers line moved early, and it did.
Ball start, offense, number 50. Penalty, still pulled down.
So an early move from Jalen Graham as Craig Rolstad lets us know that they'll back up 5, and it'll be 4th down and 7. Either way, Wishnowski's going to punt this away in the waning seconds of this first quarter. Right-footed punter sends this one high into the air. D. Williams calls for the fair catch and makes it just shy of the 30-yard line. The rookie from Tennessee, no return after the 44-yard punt with 12 seconds to play in this first quarter. Geno Smith and company will head back out on the field in just a moment. You're listening to Thursday Night Football on Westwood One.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
My check engine light's on?
That could hurt your gas mileage. The AutoZone free Fix Finder service can help find the fix for free.
Get in the zone. This whole report for free?
That's right, printed and on your phone for free.
Get in the zone. But what if the fix is too tough?
We'll recommend a local shop. Fix Finder, only at AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
12 seconds to go in this opening quarter, and a 1st down and 10 for Seattle at their 29-yard line. Single receivers left and right. Geno Smith in the shotgun, the hand to Kenneth Walker. Stutter step, and then he plows over the left side for 2 to the 31. And Fred Warner right there as we reach the end of quarter number 1 in Seattle with the score, San Francisco 3, Seattle nothing. You're listening to Thursday Night Football on Westwood One.
Tommy! I can't wait for golf this weekend, huh, buddy? Time flies. Love you, man. Oh, don't forget your knee brace again. We aren't in college anymore.
Moments together matter, so help protect yourself from RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV, and there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
On job sites, few things are more important than a solid work boot. At Boot Barn Work, we pride ourselves on knowing that no matter your trade, when there's hard work to be done, your boot should be built for non-stop protection and mobility. Thoroughgood checks all the boxes. Their wear-anywhere boots are time-tested and crafted with the highest quality materials for relentless support. For job-fitted boots, Thoroughgood at Boot Barn Work.
Whether you own a local business or a global one, you know that these days, generating growth is a challenge. By teaming with Bank of America, you'll not just stay ahead of the curve, you'll move it. With access to experts, award-winning insights, and business solutions so powerful, you'll make every move matter, locally and globally. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. What would you like the power to do? Copyright 2024 Bank of America N.A.
All season long, you can stream the NFL on Westwood One for free, sponsored by Pfizer. Visit VaxAssist.com to schedule your pneumococcal vaccination appointment today. That's VaxAssist.com. And fans, a reminder, you can listen on WestwoodOneSports.com on the NFL app by asking Alexa to open Westwood One Sports or on our affiliate stations' digital platforms. San Francisco with a 3-0 lead, 98 yards in the first half, 56 for Seattle. The big play was the turnover thrown by Geno Smith at the 3-yard line as Seattle was marching down the field to try to score an opening drive touchdown. And Ron Rivera so far, 2nd and 8 from the 31. We saw a little adjustment on that opening first down play by the San Francisco defense.
Well, the last two plays on defense for San Francisco, Nick Sorensen has mixed it up. On the last third down, he brought pressure. On this opening play of this drive, he brought an 8-man box. He dropped the strong safety down late, which allowed Fred Warner to be unblocked and get in and cause that tackle to be made for only a 2-yard gain.
So when you see that 8-man box, what's the response then from the offensive side?
Well, because the timing was good, they didn't have time to adjust and throw the ball.
So now 2nd down and 8 at the 31-yard line. A.J. Barner on the field at tight end. He's on the right side. 2 receivers to the right. Single wide left is DK Metcalf, and the handoff up the middle to Kenneth Walker. Now he'll bounce to the left sideline and out of bounds at the 35. Renardo Green knocks him out there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down and 4.
It was a nice adjustment by them on the offensive side. They bounced the ball because they had put the extra defender into the width of the field, and so he came to the short side with the bounce by Walker. Nice vision by him.
3rd down just across the 35. They need the 39. Walker to the left of Geno Smith, who's in the gun. 2 receivers left and right. Smith leaning in, barking out the cadence. Gets the helmet high shotgun snap. Pressure comes, throws to Walker, middle of the field, and Walker is drilled down. Outstanding play by one of the best in the league, Fred Warner. There were 3 blockers. There was 1 defender, but that 1 defender was Fred Warner. He blasted through and he planted Kenneth Walker short of the first down.
He split the block that the guard and center were trying to make on him, and neither one really blocked it because he split it so perfectly and made a great play.
Michael Dixon to punt it away. Jacob Cowing ranging to his right. It'll bounce at the 25 and go out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line, and San Francisco will start from their 24. Tune in to watch all the excitement of the NFL Sunday on CBS and Fox. Check your local listings for games and times in your area. Catch the NFL on CBS and Fox. From the 24-yard line, 1st down and 10, the San Francisco 49ers with a 3-0 lead. 13:42 remaining in this first half. And now back to work again for Brock Purdy and company. They were able to march it from their own 3 inside the Seattle 10, but got stymied and had to settle for a field goal on their scoring drive. Now along the near side hash, in the pistol, Purdy gets the snap, fakes the give, wants to throw, does, toward the left sideline. Open is Deebo Samuel, breaks the tackle at midfield, down the sideline to the 40, chugging to the 30, slips through a tackle at the 20, and he'll take it all the way. 76 yards from Purdy to Samuel, and a 9-0 San Francisco lead. The strike from Purdy for 6.
A huge mistake by the safety, Julian Love. Tried to undercut, and because the ball was a little bit underthrown, he went over the top. Again, you've got to be patient. You've got to make sure you run through the receiver when you try to make a play.
On for the extra point is Matthew Wright. Good snap and hold, and the kick by Wright is good. And a big play through the air, and the San Francisco 49ers with a 10-0 lead on the road. 13:30 remaining in the first half. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
I'm Bruce Murray.
And I'm Rich Gannon.
Join us Friday, noon Eastern Time on the Sirius XM Blitz. We'll recap the NFC West matchup between the 49ers and the Seahawks.
Touchdown! San
overhead. Cisco.
Plus, we will preview the rest of Week 6, starting with the Commanders, Ravens, Lions, Cowboys, and the Jets' first game without Robert Saleh on Monday Night Football versus the Bills.
So don't miss these Sirius XM Blitz with me and Rich Gannon, Friday, noon Eastern Time on NFL Radio Channel 88 and the all-new Sirius XM app.
NBC Sports Audio Channel 85 on Sirius XM is your home for expert analysis, popular talk shows, and live sports coverage.
Here comes Clark. How will she go for history? The all-time leading scorer in women's college basketball.
Listen to Dan Patrick, Mike Florio, Matthew Berry, and Chris Sims break down the latest news and offer expert analysis.
How about we play the Super Bowl on the Saturday instead of the Sunday 2 weeks after the AFC-NFC title game? Who's with me?
Plus, play-by-play coverage of some of the biggest events in sports, including the Kentucky Derby, Indy 500, U.S. Open, and more.
One for Lunderman, who fills up the inside, right a hole of Mage, and it is going to be Mage to win the Kentucky Derby.
Your home for all the latest news, fantasy expertise, and live events all year long. NBC Sports Audio Channel 85 on Sirius XM.
Touchdown! Throughout the 2024 season, each NFL team channel on the Sirius XM app will feature the team's pre- and post-game shows before and after every game.
What's given me confidence is how they've responded to adversity.
Get instant reaction, live interviews, and press conference audio. Now your favorite team's broadcast includes their pre- and post-game shows all season long on the Sirius XM app. All 32 team channels are also available in vehicles equipped with Sirius XM 360L radios.
10-0 lead for San Francisco. Let's check the 49ers drive summary, sponsored by Intuit TurboTax. Switch to a TurboTax live expert, and they'll beat what you paid your pro last tax season. Relatively easy drive to break down, Ron Rivera. One play, 76 yards. It was a touchdown pass to Deebo Samuel, and that gives San Francisco a 10-0 lead.
You know, Purdy had pressure and was actually threw that ball off his back leg. But because the ball floated, it threw the timing off of the break of the safety. And again, he takes his shot, but you can't miss when you're the deep safety.
D. Williams and Laviska Shenault back deep. And a line drive kickoff 2 yards deep in the end zone. Chenault's going to bring it out to the 10, across the 20. Chenault across the 25, and an ankle tackle. The ball comes out as he goes down at the 29-yard line. Chenault brings it out of the end zone. He could have taken the touchback to the 30. Instead, he tries to make a play, and as they unstack the pile, it's San Francisco football. It ends up in the hands of D. Winters, and the 49ers steal it on the kickoff as Chenault coughs it up. The only question is, was he down? Nope, that ball was coming loose.
The fumble recovered by San Francisco, first down.
As he started to go down, the ball punched out before the knee hits, and an outstanding play by Darrell Luter.
Yes, nice job just following up, coming in to finish up and clean up. Gets his hand across and actually knocks his arm, which causes the ball to pop loose.
And now a real dangerous time for Seattle. Already down 10-0, and they hand the ball back to San Francisco at their own 29-yard line. Kittle in motion from left to right. Backs in the eye, Juszczyk and Mason. Toss play Mason, up the middle, runs into a blocker, tries to power through contact, and he twists his way for a yard to the 28-yard line. Eric Hall, the first Seahawk there, and it's second down.
A nice job by the Seattle defense. They were very, very stout right there and really presented a good wall, and Hall came in and cleaned it up.
When you get this sudden change, Coach, the first thing you're thinking of is nothing more than 3, right?
Correct. And the big thing that you want to do as defense is if you can get off of just giving up 3, that's a win for your team right now.
Second down and 9 at the Seattle 28. Purdy in the shotgun. A handoff to Mason. Plows up the middle to the 25. Fights his way through a love tackle to the 24. Going to be short of the first down by about 5 yards. They need the 19 for the first.
a nice job running up inside, picking up those 4 yards, because again, those were tough yards right there, and Seattle showed an 8-man box.
So the ball just inside the 24. They need the 19 for the first. We'll call it third and a long 4 for San Francisco. Ayuk in the slot to the left, 3 receivers to the right. Juszczyk in the backfield to the right of Brock Purdy. Shotgun snap. Purdy with pressure coming. Steps away. Drops all the way back to the 45. On the roll, Purdy to the 40. And Purdy will just throw this one away as he gets to the sideline. He took a pretty good hit over on the sideline. No flag is thrown, but the pressure brought by Seattle finally gets to Brock Purdy.
Yes, it was zero coverage is what they did. They brought everybody, but then they dropped their 2 defensive tackles into the underneath throwing lane, so he didn't have the quick adjustment to throw the ball underneath. He had to eat it, and the pressure got to him, forced him to scramble.
And now here comes Matthew Wright. Matthew Wright kicked for the Steelers in the preseason. He hit 1 field goal. It was 26 yards. This is 41 for Matthew Wright, who was on his couch as of Monday in Florida. Play clock at 2. Gets the snap down. The kick on the way from Wright, and it is good. How about Matthew Wright? They were packing their house in Tampa on Monday with the hurricane coming. Gets the call, comes here, and kicks a field goal to stretch the lead to 13-0. And with that field goal, Barbasol will make another donation to Kurt and Brenda Warner's Treasure House, a living community for adults with disabilities. Barbasol Shaving Cream, delivering a quality shave at an honest value for over 100 years. 13-0 San Francisco. You're listening to Thursday Night Football on Westwood 1.
Hey, football fans, with BetMGM's second chance promotion, you'll get your stake back if your first touchdown scorer scores second. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to gamble responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms, 21 years of age and older. This U.S. promotional offer not available in Mississippi, Nevada, Ontario, or Puerto Rico. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Available in the U.S. For New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. For Arizona, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. For Massachusetts, 1-800-327-5050. For Iowa, 1-800-BETS-OFF. For Puerto Rico, 1-800-981-0023. Subject to eligibility requirements in partnership with Kansas Crossing.
Autumn is in the air, and like the leaves, prices are falling at Harbor Freight's parking lot sale this weekend. We've got tons of products on sale, like 3-ton jacks for under $100, 5,000-watt generators, $250 off, plus dual bevel miter saws at nearly half the price of the competition. Whatever you do it for less at Harbor Freight. Valid until 10/13/24 while supplies last, so hurry in. Limitations apply.
Something amazing is happening in video conferencing. People are showing up in big ways. That's because CDW is building collaborative and connected video and audio environments with HP Poly. With Noise Block AI to silence distractions and group framing to highlight speakers, everyone on your team gets to shine. Make amazing happen. HP Poly and CDW. Learn more at cdw.com/poly.
There are so many things I love about fall weather. The crisp air, the changing leaves, it's all so magical. Until my kids catch a chill outside. That's where Kohl's comes in, with cozy layers, warm jeans, and more. I found all the styles my kids need when the seasons change. Plus, I got 20% off with a coupon and earned Kohl's Cash. So here's my style forecast. Prep better for fall weather at Kohl's. Select styles. Offers end October 20th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Westwood 1, your home for Thursday Night Football.
Get daily football news on the players and teams that matter to you on SiriusXM NFL Radio Channel 88 and the SiriusXM app.
Mike McDonald, before the special teams unit went out on the field, had a couple of words for him. What do you think he said?
Well, I believe he probably told them, if that ball goes into the end zone, I want them taking a knee.
I don't blame him.
Yeah, the last 2 times bad things have happened.
It'll go into the end zone. Laviska Shenault will take a knee, and listen to the crowd. That's a bit of is it a Bronx cheer if it's in Seattle?
It's sarcastic is what it most certainly was.
Kevin Kugler and Ron Rivera here in the Grainger broadcast booth at Lumen Field in Seattle. Huddle up with Grainger to get more done. Grainger offers supplies and solutions for every industry. Call, click Grainger.com or stop by one of over 250 branch locations. 13-0 San Francisco. Important possession for the Seattle offense.
Very much so. They need to move the ball. They need to put points on the board.
Down 13. They got a good defensive stand holding San Francisco after sudden change to the field goal. Geno Smith will move from shotgun to under center on first down at the 30-yard line. The handoff is to Walker, and Walker buried in the backfield. He looked up, and Robert Beal Jr. was in his face. Nowhere to go, a loss of 3 back to the 27.
Well, the 49ers are continuing to be aggressive. They went out, brought pressure off the offensive right side.
Second down and 13. Seattle hurries up with pace to the line. Geno Smith in the shotgun. Now they'll look over to the sideline. 2 receivers left. Single wide right is Tyler Lockett. He's been quiet tonight. No targets. Smith and Jigma now will motion from left to right and join Lockett. Along the left hash, in the shotgun, leaning over, gets the shotgun snap. Smith looks right, looks left. Now he'll tuck it and run up the middle to the 30. Flag down behind the play as Geno Smith slides down at the 34, but this one's backing up. It'll be a penalty on the Seattle offense.
San Francisco was bringing pressure. They brought the nickel from the left side of the defense. He came clean, but the defensive end worked himself vertical. He's got to stay underneath because that was the hole that Geno was able to scramble through.
And Charles Cross called for the hold to negate that run from Geno Smith. It was one of the things that they've been working with Geno on over the last couple of years, encouraging him that it's okay to use his legs. A lot of conversations with the previous coaching staff where they were still trying to coax that out of Geno. He can run, even at now 34 years of age. It's his birthday today. Second and 23 from the 17. 4 receivers as Smith sets up, throws an inside screen to Charbonnet at the 20, across the 25, Charbonnet across the 30. Good yardage back on second and 23, out near the 32-yard line. A pickup of 15 as Devondre Campbell makes the stop, but at least now you're in third and manageable as they hustle up to the line. Third down for Seattle and 8 for the first. Shotgun snap. Smith with flags down, throws over the middle, too tall for his intended target, Jackson Smith and Jigba, but it might have been a free play.
It was. Nick Bosa was a little anxious. Great job with the hard count.
The 5-yard penalty, free play. Third down.
So go from 3rd and 8 to 3rd and 3. That changes a lot of what you want to do if you're Ryan Grubb, the offensive coordinator.
Yes, it does, but last series, the 49ers on 3rd and 3 played an 8-man box, and they tried to run the screen, and that's when Warner made the great play.
So now Charbonnet will split out wide right. 2 receivers to the right along with him. Lockett and Smith and Jigba to the left of the line. Empty backfield on 3rd and 3 at the 37. Niners rush 4. Smith throws too tall. He had Smith and Jigba on a cross from left to right at the 40-yard line, and Geno Smith missed him by 3 feet over his head.
He had a little bit of pressure, and Geno threw that off his back leg. That's why the ball sailed. What they ran was what we call mesh, and that's when 2 guys cross shallow, trying to force the defender to go up over the top. And again, there's no reason for Geno to throw that off his back foot the way he did, because again, you can lean into that throw. You didn't have the pressure as immediate as I thought initially.
So Michael Dixon will punt it away. Jacob Cowing calls for the fair catch and makes it near the 6-yard line. So San Francisco at the 6 will start first down and 10 after a 57-yard punt. Live from London, Trevor Lawrence and the Jags take on Caleb Williams and the Bears on NFL Network. Rise, shine, and watch Sunday at 9:30 a.m. Eastern only on NFL Network and NFL Plus. Subscription required for NFL Plus. Terms and conditions apply. You can also hear that game right here on Westwood One and WestwoodOneSports.com. So Seattle's offense stuck in the mud of late.
That was a little surprising to see Geno throw the ball like that. He had a wide open receiver, and he should have stepped into it instead of throwing off that back leg like he did.
So back to work goes that Seattle defense. They've got San Francisco deep in their own end at the 6. Remember, San Francisco's first scoring drive started at their own 3. They moved this one from our left to our right and brought Purdy into the gun. He's got Jordan Mason to his right. Purdy to throw on first down. It's Kittle on a cross. Makes the catch at the 10 and twists forward to the 12-yard line. Tyrell Dodson on the tackle. A pickup of 7 on first down.
It was just a matter of time before he got the ball to George. George was wide open on that drag coming underneath and presented a really good target. Good throw and catch.
8 catches a week ago, a season high for Kittle. 9:50 remaining in this first half. 13-0 San Francisco. 49ers looking to grab a share of the division lead with a win despite a 2-3 start. Second down and 3. Toss play Mason. Left side. First down across the 20 and down near the 27-yard line. Jordan Mason with a burst before Julian Love could pick him up after a 14-yard gain. And Mason is still down, grabbing his chest as he came down at the 27-yard line.
Tell you that motion and bringing the receiver across the formation got the nickel to widen a little too much too soon and created that crease right there to allow Mason to make the cut up inside.
So Jordan Mason stays down. Isaac Guerrero, the rookie from Louisville, who was a fourth-round pick this year for the San Francisco 49ers, is looking on. He and Patrick Taylor are the only other two running backs up. But it has been all Jordan Mason tonight. He's the only NFL player to have 75 yards rushing in each of the first 5 weeks. He's got 55 so far tonight. He's up and headed toward the sidelines as we step aside from Seattle. 13-0 49ers. You're listening to Thursday Night Football on Westwood One.
It's time to review the top 3 highlights of the day. I'm joined as always by my co-anchor Snoop.
Hey, what up, though?
Snoop, number 1 has to be getting the new iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence at T-Mobile.
Yeah, you should hustle down to T-Mobile like a dog chasing a squirrel, chasing a nut.
Nice analogy, Snoop. Dogs do love to chase squirrels.
And squirrels love to chase those nuts.
On to highlight number 2. At T-Mobile, families can save 20% every month versus the other big guys.
That is very impressive. You know, y'all can take some of those savings and buy some Snoop merchandise.
That's exactly what I'm planning on doing with my savings, Snoop. Now, take it away, Snoop.
Head to T-Mobile.com and get the new iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence on them. Now drop that jingle.
24 monthly bill credits eligible trade-in on Go 5G Next. Well-qualified customers plus tax and $35 connection charge. Cancel entire account before receiving 24 bill credits, and credits stop and balance on required finance agreement too. Bill credits end if you pay off device early. See how you can save versus the other big guys at T-Mobile.com/switch. Apple Intelligence coming fall 2024.
There are so many things I love about fall weather. The crisp air, the changing leaves, it's all so magical. Until my kids catch a chill outside. That's where Kohl's comes in, with cozy layers, warm jeans, and more. I found all the styles my kids need when the seasons change. Plus, I got 20% off with a coupon and earned Kohl's Cash. So here's my style forecast. Prep better for fall weather at Kohl's. Select styles. Offers end October 20th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
Mom, meet Sarah.
From first-time Nana moments.
And welcome to Flight 101.
To annual girls trip moments. Your can't-miss moments are worth protecting against RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or diabetes, you're at higher risk of being hospitalized from RSV. And there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com.
So where should we go next?
Sponsored by Pfizer.
Alongside Ron Rivera, Kevin Kugler back in Seattle, kicking off Week 6 between the 49ers and the Seahawks. A 13-0 lead for San Francisco. They've out-yarded Seattle tonight, 201-74 in this first half.
You know, they've had some really good balance, too. They've come out and they've run it well, they've run play action, and they've thrown it well when they've needed to.
Jordan Mason on the sidelines. Seems to be okay. The tent is not even up, so hopefully this is a short break for Mason as Isaac Guerrero is on the field, in the backfield on first down and 10 at the 27-yard line. Joined in the I formation by Kyle Juszczyk, the fullback, and the toss play to Guerrero turns it upfield, and Guerrero down at the 30-yard line in the arms of Jerome Baker, a pickup of 3. It'll be second down and 7 for San Francisco.
Okay, that was a good move by Kyle. They're trying to get the young guy a little experience. Ran the ball right with him quickly, and he ran up hard inside. So, he could pop one of these because of his ability.
Guerrero stays out there as the single back on second down and 7. Juszczyk in motion. Now he'll join him in the backfield, back in the I formation. From the 30-yard line, play action. Purdy will throw over the middle, finds his man at the 45. That's Brandon Ayuk with a first down to the 46-yard line. A pickup of 16. Trey Brown and Devin Witherspoon there. But good protection and a good throw by Purdy for the first.
That was a great job with the play action. What happens is the linebackers get a little too aggressive, get downhill, and open the underneath throwing lanes.
When you saw Tyrell Dodson take that step forward on the play action, and that's the lane that he went right through to find his man. To the 46-yard line, first down. From the shotgun. Motion out from Jennings. Takes the give to Samuel. Purdy will throw sidearm to Kittle, and Kittle is down at the 49-yard line. Witherspoon with a big hit around the knees of George Kittle takes him down after a pickup of 3.
That was good vision by Witherspoon. He didn't take the bait of the receiver releasing vertically. He kept his eyes back there, saw Kittle coming underneath, and was able to step up and make a nice tackle.
2nd and 7 at the 49. The ball placed just at the bottom of the vintage Seattle Seahawk logo. You know that helmet. It's the silver helmet with the bird with a curved beak. That's what's on those silver helmets. The throwback uniforms tonight for the Seattle Seahawks. They're not helping so far, down 13-0. 2nd and 7 at the 49. Straight drop from under center. Brock Purdy. Pressure comes from the backside. He will run across the 45 and a head first dive to the 41 for a first down. Good scamper by Purdy for 10.
Seattle showed a 5-man front and brought all 5 guys as far as pressure was concerned. That's why he had to step up and run.
Well, so far, this has been a dominant first half performance by the 49ers.
Purdy's being very patient. He's taking what they're giving him. So far, they've given him a couple opportunities to step up in the pocket and run, and that's what he's done.
Jawan Jennings will split out wide to the left. Samuel in the slot right. Kittle in motion from left to right. Backs in the eye. Toss play. Correndo trying to bounce to the right side, and he's yanked down by Boye Mafe at the 40-yard line. Just a 1-yard gain on the toss, and it's 2nd down and 9.
Nice job by Mafe getting penetration and forcing that ball to dip inside and then come back into the play and make the tackle himself.
He was one of those guys, Coach, that they weren't sure was going to go. He missed the last couple of games with a knee injury. They've got him out there, Julian Love out there battling a hamstring injury. It's a banged-up unit for Mike McDonald. 2nd and 9 at the 40. 2 receivers left side. Offset backs behind Purdy, who's under center. Moving from left to right. Motion from Jennings. Fakes the give to Jennings. Toss play Samuel. Sweeps the left side. And Deebo Samuel dinged out of bounds by Julian Love on that far left sideline at the 36. A 4-yard gain for Samuel. Now 3rd down for San Francisco.
Again, nice job there by Deebo being patient as a runner. He kind of hesitated, then bounced it outside. With that hesitation, it draw the defensive backs up inside. He was able to get outside and pick up a few more yards.
3rd and 5. Just shy of the 36-yard line. They need the 31. It's a long 5. Motion across from Brandon Ayuk. Into the shotgun goes Purdy. 3 receivers to his right. He looks that way all the way. Throws to the right sideline. Jawan Jennings with the catch. And the big-bodied Tennessee Volunteer, Jawan Jennings, all 6'3", 212 pounds, just out-muscles Artie Burns to the sideline and moves the chains at the 29.
You know, again, they were in zone coverage, and Artie just gave a little too much depth. Again, it looks like they were playing quarters, which means there's 4 deep. As the nickel, he's got to respond to number 2 breaking out. He has him in coverage.
Purdy 8 of 12, 142 yards and a touchdown in this first half. Very efficient night so far. First down from the 29. Jennings in motion from left to right. Correndo the single back. He'll get the carry over the left side, and Correndo thrown forward. A flag comes in as he was tossed down by Draymond Jones all the way over and down. May have been a face mask in the process of tossing him to the turf.
Yeah, it looks like
face mask. Defense for 55. Jones half the distance to goal from the end of the run. Automatic first down.
You know, it was a nice tackle by him, too, and unfortunately he got that hand just a little bit too high.
As he was reaching off the block, he reached out and got the face mask and now moved the ball to the 13-yard line of Seattle. Dangerous territory here for the Seattle Seahawks. Already down 13-0. 4:08 remaining in this opening half. Ayuk in motion from right to left. Purdy gets the shotgun snap, hands it to Correndo, who's swallowed up in the backfield by Leonard Williams. Came over in the trade last year from the Giants, made an immediate impact last year and he's become a real mainstay on that defensive line for Seattle.
I tell you what, great penetration. He set the edge, shed the blocker, and made the tackle himself. It was a great defensive play there by him.
Loss of 1 on the play as Patrick Taylor enters in the backfield. Still no Jordan Mason, who was dinged up earlier in the drive. 2nd and 11 at the Seattle 14. San Francisco back in the red zone. Can they score a touchdown? It's been a problem. Shotgun snap. Purdy with time throws incomplete. It was low for Samuel. Burns on the coverage. And it's now 3rd and 11. And Artie Burns, just brought up off the practice squad today, is getting a ton of playing time.
Yes, he's done a nice job, too. That was man coverage. He was in good position. That ball had to be perfectly thrown, and Purdy did not throw a good ball. He's got to get that ball out in front to give his receiver a chance to make that catch.
Another big moment in this first half. 3rd and 11.
Let's see if Mike McDonald dials up some pressure again.
Purdy will go into the gun. He's got Juszczyk to his right. Motion from Kittle from left to right. Only a 4-man rush. Purdy sets up the screen to Juszczyk. It's blown up by Jerome Baker. Diagnosed beautifully by the former Ohio State Buckeye. A loss of 3. Back to the 17, and it's 4th down.
Well, he was conservative. Played cover 2. He had somebody on the outside to turn it back in, and that's exactly what happened on that play.
It's about as well as you can defend that from Jerome Baker, and now field goal try for Matthew Wright. You pointed out his last one was a low line drive kick, Coach.
Yeah, he's got to get some air. If he doesn't, that ball will get blocked.
35-yard try. The kick is on the way. A little more air on this one, and it is good. 16-0. San Francisco. 2:33 remaining in the first half and a timeout. You're listening to Thursday Night Football on Westwood 1.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Sounds like you heard about our Mobile One giveaway. Right now, you can get a free Red Bull racing sign when you buy 5 quarts of Mobile One motor oil. And you can enter to win a signed undershirt from F1 champion Max Verstappen. Find Mobile One at any one of our 6,300 stores or on AutoZone.com. Ends November 18th. No purchase necessary for giveaway.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
See AutoZone.com for details.
Don't miss all the NFL excitement on NBC Sunday night when the New York Giants host the Cincinnati Bengals. Of course, you can also hear Sunday Night Football each week right here beginning at 7:30 p.m. Eastern on many of these same stations, on the NFL app or online at WestwoodOneSports.com. 16-0 San Francisco. That's the good news for the 49ers. The bad news, they're 0 for 2 in the red zone and now 1 for 8 their last 5 or 6 quarters, rather.
That's something that you've got to put touchdowns on the board.
Kickoff into the end zone. No, right at the goal line. Laviska Shenault has to bring it out. Shenault to the 20-yard line. Got a block at the 25. And Shenault down at the 29-yard line. Really a perfect kickoff by Matthew Wright. At the new rules, he would have to field it right at the goal line and a 29-yard return. So now Seattle with 2:27 to go. All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. But Geno Smith, who's 4 for 9 for 53 yards and a pick, he's got to figure out a way to get something going here, Coach.
He does, and this is an opportunity to make something happen with a 2-minute drill. So we'll see exactly what does happen.
From the 29, Lockett in motion from left to right. He has not had a catch yet tonight. Smith in the shotgun. Leaning in, motion from Fant. High shotgun snap. He pulls it down, gives to Walker, and Walker up the middle for 3. To the 32-yard line. Nick Bosa first to contact the running back.
Nice job by Nick. He read it perfectly, avoided the block, was able to get his hand in there and help trip him up.
So now 2nd down and 7. They line it up. They don't have to snap it before the 2-minute warning. Smith in the shotgun, hoping somebody would move. They will not. And we have now reached the 2-minute warning, sponsored by First Alert. Protection is key to protect life's moments, and First Alert is your partner through it all. Be prepared and install smoke and carbon monoxide alarms on every level and in every bedroom of your home. Visit firstalert.com for fire safety you can trust. 16-0 San Francisco, 2 minutes to play first half. You're listening to Thursday Night Football on Westwood 1.
Your home, your family, your moments. First Alert is reminding you to be prepared and install smoke and carbon monoxide alarms on every level and in every bedroom of your home. Don't forget to add First Alert fire extinguishers on every level, plus the kitchen. And know how to use them. Protection is key to help protect life's moments. And First Alert is your partner through it all. Get fire safety you can trust by visiting firstalert.com and Lowe's stores today.
Lowe's knows it's easier to make the right calls when you have the right team. That's why our Lowe's Red Vest associates can help with game time decisions. Plus, use in-store mode on the Lowe's app to find what you need. Under pressure at home and want it soon? Order online by 2 p.m. to get it same day. Same day valid on eligible in-stock items and select zip codes only. Subject to driver availability. Fees vary based on purchase. Exclusions and more terms apply. See Lowe's.com/same-day delivery for details.
Why pay more for a great shave? Choose Barbasol, America's #1 brand of shaving cream. Barbasol's thick and rich lather gives you a close, comfortable shave for just half the price of gels.
Barbasol. It's one thing falling in love with a house, and quite another navigating the world of negotiating, mortgage lenders, and finding the budget that works best for you. Guidance from an agent who's a realtor can make all the difference, because that's who we are. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors.
A reminder to stay with us for Thursday Night Football Halftime Report, sponsored by Wendy's Breakfast Burrito. Scott Graham will preview Monday's Bills-Jets game with Jets safety Chuck Clark. That's coming up on the Wendy's Breakfast Burrito Halftime Report. Wendy's bacon or sausage breakfast burrito is everything you want, all rolled up into a warm tortilla. If it's a full-blown breakfast, it's got to be Wendy's at participating U.S. Wendy's. Man, it needs to be breakfast time right now. 2nd and 7 for Seattle at the 32-yard line. Down 16-0. Empty backfield, Geno Smith in the shotgun. 3 wide left, 2 wide to the right. Leaning in for the shotgun snap. Niners rush 4. Smith will throw over the middle, open at the 40-yard line. Smith and Jigba across midfield and into Niners territory, down at the 49-yard line. Jair Brown finally caught him, but a 19-yard pickup, and Seattle's on the move. They hustle up to the line, clock running, 1:40 and counting to play in this first half. Geno Smith now will take a little more time. Creeps up towards the line, addressing his team. Clock running, under 90 seconds to play first half. Now backs up into the shotgun. And on first down, fakes the give. Smith with the pocket collapsing, steps away, pressure from the backside, and he throws to Walker on a cross, and Walker gets nowhere. Back to the line of scrimmage at the 49, and the clock now continuing to run, 1:10 and counting to go first half.
Nice job by the Niners linebackers being very patient, staying underneath and playing with vision.
Well, not a lot of pace being played. Seattle's huddling it up, and we're under a minute to go. They have all 3 timeouts. No urgency at all. 53 seconds and counting. 2 receivers to either side, under 50 seconds to go. Smith awaiting the shotgun snap. He gets it. Niners rush 4. Pressure comes. Smith uncorks a deep one for DK Metcalf. In and out of his hands. It was batted away by George Odom. Metcalf was waiting for the ball to come down from the heavens, and Odom got there to rake it away.
You know, he splits the coverage on the seam, going right up the numbers, and just Odom's patience was what paid off, because if he waves too soon or too late, it's a touchdown.
George Odom, usually a special teams guru, making a great play in coverage against one of the best receivers in the game.
Nice job of recovering now.
And now 3rd and 9, 39 seconds to go in the first half, and a timeout used by Seattle. Play clock was down to 1, and they used the timeout after the incomplete pass. They have 2 remaining. I've been surprised by how this 2-minute drill has gone, Coach. Walk me through the processes of a 2-minute drill from a head coach's standpoint.
Well, if you're not using timeouts, you got to get to the line of scrimmage and get ready to go. And what they've done is the Niners have showed their hand a couple of times, and they've probably gotten into Geno's ear and said, hey, change the play, call this. Well, they got him where they thought they had him in quarters coverage, okay? DK went right up the seam, split the corner and the safety, but that ball was floated instead of put a little bit more on the line. He puts that on the line, it's a touchdown.
And now instead it's 3rd and 9. The ball just across the midfield stripe in San Francisco territory. 3 receivers to the left of the line. Geno Smith in the shotgun.
Looks like pressure.
They bring 5. Smith to throw, left sideline, wide open is Smith and Jigba, toe tap at the 30 and out of bounds. Beautiful throw, better footwork, pickup of 18 and a Seattle first down.
And you'd like to see Lenore get a little bit more width as far as being a defender, but it was a nice ball, very well thrown, and because of it, first down.
They'll mark him out at the 31 of San Francisco. You're in Jason Myers' field goal range if you're Seattle, but you're hoping for more. Still 2 timeouts, 34 seconds to work with. Smith along the left hash. Walker motioning out of the backfield. Smith looks, throws, settling in at the 25 as Noah Fant makes the catch and is down at the 22. And now you'll use one of those 2 remaining timeouts at the 22-yard line after a pickup of 9 where Jair Brown makes the stop.
Absolutely. You know, Fred Warner didn't adjust enough on that running back motion. As soon as that running back started to get wide to his side, what he should have done, gotten his width, put himself closer to the tight end and would have been able to make a better play on that ball, that's for sure.
All right, so you have 1 timeout and 28 seconds to work with. What's the approach with the field? Is the middle still open for you? How do you use this field with that 1 timeout?
The field is most certainly open for you, and if you can get down inside the 10-yard line without having to use the timeout, you can still run the ball.
So now from the 22, where it is 2nd down and 1. 28 seconds to work with. Walker will motion out of the backfield wide to the right. Geno Smith with pressure right in his face sets it up at the screen for Smith and Jigba. Smith and Jigba across the 15-yard line, up the middle and down to the 12. Brown with the tackle. Now the final timeout is used with 21 seconds remaining in this first half, and they let Bosa go to set up that screen.
Absolutely, and that was a big part of it because they just fanned Bosa. He continues to the quarterback, and that allows the tackle to get into the play, actually.
So now 1st down and 10 at the 12. Seattle is out of timeouts. 21 seconds to go. Still time to work with here for Geno Smith.
Yes, and because they're so close to the goal line, they throw the ball underneath. They can hurry up, and they have enough time to spike it.
So let's see what the decision is here. Offensive coordinator Ryan Grubb, the former OC for the Washington Huskies. 3 receivers to the left of the line. He's got Walker in the backfield, does Geno Smith. In the shotgun. Smith gets the shotgun snap. 4-man rush, it's picked up. Smith steps up and throws to the back right corner of the end zone. A flag is thrown in the end zone. He wanted Noah Fant, who was making a beeline for that back right pylon, and the flag is dropped. Maybe a hold against the San Francisco 49ers. 16 seconds to play, first half, and we'll wait and see from Craig Rolstad, our referee.
Pass interference, defense, number 22. Penalty occurred at the 1-yard line. Seattle ball, automatic, first down.
At the 1, Isaac Yadam with the pass interference.
Now, a little handsy in man coverage, and again, you can't grab in that situation as much as you can just kind of work him and use your hands to kind of throw off his tempo and timing.
They've adjusted the spot. They're saying the foul occurred at 2 now, so the ball's at the 2 for its 1st and goal. 3 receivers left. Metcalf the single to the right. No timeout. 16 seconds. 1st and goal at the 2. Shotgun snap. Smith looks, throws, incomplete. He wanted Lockett, who broke free of the Renardo Green coverage, but that laser out of the right arm of Geno Smith sailed wide, and it's 2nd down, 13 seconds until halftime.
You know, I think Fred Warner forced that ball to be thrown high. He was reading Geno's eyes the whole time, got himself in the throwing lane, and because of it, I think Geno threw it high.
2nd and goal at the 2. Smith and Jigba, DK Metcalf wide to the left. Geno Smith gets the shotgun snap, looking left, throws, fade, left corner of the end zone, batted away. Diamador Lenore in coverage on Jackson Smith and Jigba, and he just tipped it out of his hands. The pass is incomplete, and it's 3rd and goal at the 2. 8 seconds left in this first half.
Nice job being patient as a defensive back. His hands go up, my hands go up, and my hands go between his 2 hands to knock the ball free. Really nice job of defensive play there.
10th play of this drive. Seattle down 16-0, desperate for points. Can they cash in? Metcalf, Smith, and Jigba. Lockett to the left of the line. From the shotgun, Geno Smith to throw. Looking, floats it. Back left corner for Metcalf. He makes the catch, but out of bounds. He couldn't get the feet in that back left corner, working against Renardo Green, and it's 4th and goal.
I'd say it was a pretty well-thrown ball, but again, just the momentum of him going for the ball. DK just really tried to get those feet down, and it was really, really close.
They're going to look at it. It's under 2 minutes. The left foot got down. Did the right foot? Nope. The crowd is oohing and awing. They think it's a touchdown. But you and I have a view that shows the right toe is on the white line, and it's very evident because he's got bright green shoes on.
Yep.
And so it'll be a 20-yard field goal attempt. Jason Myers will line it up from 20 and put Seattle on the board as halftime arrives in the Pacific Northwest. So the story of the half may be big plays and also some futility in the red zone for both teams.
Very big plays, because again, if you don't stop them like they have, okay, this is a 2-score game right now. This could be a 3-score game. But because, again, 49ers are struggling in the red zone, it's given Seattle an opportunity to stay in this game.
Remember, San Francisco won the toss and elected to defer. They're going to have the football to start the second half. But right now, a 16-3 lead as both teams head to the locker room for the 49ers. That's the end of the first half. San Francisco up 16-3. When we return, Scott Graham rejoins us from the Progressive Insurance Studios with the halftime report. Protect the stuff you love with Renter's Insurance. Visit Progressive.com. You're listening to Thursday Night Football on Westwood 1.
Tommy! I can't wait for golf this weekend, huh, buddy? Time flies. Love you, man. Oh, don't forget your knee brace again. We aren't in college anymore.
Moments together matter, so help protect yourself from RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV, and there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is, if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
Welcome to the Thursday Night Football Halftime Report on Westwood 1. Sponsored by Wendy's Breakfast Burrito. Wendy's bacon or sausage breakfast burrito is everything you want. All rolled up into a warm tortilla. If it's a full-blown breakfast, gotta be Wendy's. At participating U.S. Wendy's. Once again, here's your host, Scott Graham.
From our Westwood 1 studios, halftime now at Lumen Field in Seattle, and a dominant first half for the Niners sees the Seahawks get on the board at the end of the half. San Francisco leads this one by a score of 16-3. Now, the biggest news from the National Football League this week was the New York Jets deciding to make a change at head coach. Robert Saleh, 20-36 in 3+ years, and 2-3 this year, was relieved of his duties. Jeff Ulbrich, the defensive coordinator, steps up now as the interim head coach. New York Jets are getting ready for Monday Night Football this week and take on the Buffalo Bills here on Westwood 1 on Monday night. Earlier this afternoon, I talked with their safety, Chuck Clark, and asked him what this week, with all of the things swirling around him, is like.
It's different in the standpoint, as far as the changes that were made. But for us, it's like we just got to keep rolling with the punches. And I think that's us as football players naturally. We deal with things outside of football that are way more detrimental to our lives, so to say, that we just keep rolling with it. And, something did happen, so to say, and it's like, okay, we acknowledge the fact, but we also know that we have a job to do and to get done for everybody in this room and for each other's families. So, yeah, I think we just got out there on the field today in meetings. We like, you know what, this is football. This is us. This is what we do. We just keep rolling with the punches.
It's got to be fun for you just to be playing at this point, because obviously last year you didn't. You ended up with the knee injury. Coming after a trade, coming to a new place, going to OTAs, seeing everything about to start in front of you, and then having it just stop like that. What was that like?
It was tough. I mean, it put the game in perspective for me. It gave me gratitude for the game, appreciation for the game. You know, just the things that the game has done for me, my life, my family. Up until then, you know, I had never had an injury, so it just put everything in perspective for me, and to not take it for granted, which I didn't take it for granted, but like I said, it just put it in more perspective for me. Like, hey, like, this game has done so much for you, it's giving you so much. Like, there's no reason to be upset or down on yourself. The fact that I got hurt or whatnot, it was just like, okay, this is part of the game. You know, you play football, eventually, you know, something may happen. You know, so now I understand that's what comes with this game.
People have talked about you, coaches have talked about you, and they've talked about your really high football IQ, your understanding of what it was that they were trying to accomplish defensively. Is that something that comes to you naturally? Is it something that comes to you through hard work? Is it a combination of both?
I think it's just a mixture of having game experience and then studying a lot. You know, once you see it a lot, you know, you start to, and actually, it's one thing to study and see it on the iPad or film, but then actually having those actual real reps and experience, it's a mixture of both. And then even my first couple of years in the league, I had a couple guys in my room, like Eric Weddle in particular, you know, just the way he studied and he approached things, and we'd be watching film and it'll be, did this guy score right here? He had already seen the play, but it's like I hadn't. So it's like I felt like I had to up my game even more, you know, from that standpoint and the football IQ standpoint. So I think a little bit of experience and then actual game reps, and to get credit to the guys that I've been around in the past for sure.
So he kind of did that for you and helped you along and got you looking at it the right way. Are you doing that now for younger guys?
Definitely. And it's kind of, I wouldn't say weird, but weird and funny in a sense. It's like I'll find myself talking to a rookie or something, and who might be, you know, feeling a certain way, whether it's playing time or the playbook or anything, you know what I'm saying? I just find myself having those very similar conversations with guys that were once had with me, and it's just like, you know, passing that down through the league, you know, as it goes.
Chuck Clark and the New York Jets defense taking on Josh Allen and the Buffalo offense. Monday Night Football here on Westwood 1. Our coverage begins at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Our halftime score, San Francisco 16, Seattle 3. This is Westwood 1's coverage of the National Football League.
Hey, football fans, this is Jim Miller.
And I'm Pat Kerwin. Be sure to join us tomorrow for Moving the Chains at 3 p.m. Eastern on NFL Radio.
We'll be breaking down all the action from 49ers Seahawks and getting you ready for the rest of the Week 6 matchups.
And we've got plenty to talk about, including the Beltway battle between the Commanders and Ravens, and the Lions squaring off with the Cowboys down in Dallas.
So come talk some ball with us tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern on Moving the Chains, Sirius XM, NFL Radio, Channel 88, and the all-new Sirius XM app.
Nobody covers the National Football League.
They give Mahomes time for the end zone. He throws it. It's caught. Touchdown!
Like SiriusXM NFL Radio, Channel 88. Our team of former players, coaches, and front office executives like Pat Kerwin, Jim Miller, Rich Gannon, Alex Smith, and Hall of Famer Bill Polian brings you closer to the game. If it's happening, we are there. Live from the Scouting Combine in March to the draft in April. And in the summer, SiriusXM NFL Radio takes you to all 32 training camps. We connect you with the history of the game on stage for Hall of Fame weekend. Hear all the primetime play-by-play action from opening night through the Super Bowl.
Spectacular in every way. Confetti flying in the air.
Your 24/7 home for the NFL all year long. SiriusXM NFL Radio, Channel 88.
I'm Bruce Murray. And I'm Rich Gannon. Join us Friday, noon Eastern Time on the Sirius XM Blitz. We'll recap the NFC West matchup between the 49ers and the Seahawks.
Touchdown! San Francisco!
Plus, we will preview the rest of Week 6, starting with the Commanders, Ravens, Lions, Cowboys, and the Jets' first game without Robert Saleh on Monday Night Football versus the Bills.
So don't miss these Sirius XM Blitz with me and Rich Gannon. Friday, noon Eastern Time on NFL Radio, Channel 88, and the all-new Sirius XM app.
Well, Welcome back to Thursday Night Football on Westwood 1. Scott Graham in the Progressive Insurance Studios, offering auto, home, and commercial auto insurance, plus a variety of business insurance options. Visit Progressive.com today. 13-point lead for the Niners here at the break. Of course, we've got Sunday morning football coming your way. Jacksonville and Chicago from England at 9:15 this week. Sunday night football, Cincinnati and the Giants. Our coverage begins at 7:30. And Buffalo and the New York Jets on Monday Night Football. Again, our coverage at 7:30 p.m. This has been the Thursday Night Football on Westwood 1 Halftime Report, sponsored by Wendy's Breakfast Burrito. Wendy's Bacon or Sausage Breakfast Burritos, everything you want, all rolled up into a warm tortilla. If it's a full-blown breakfast, gotta be Wendy's at participating U.S. Wendy's. Our halftime score, San Francisco 16, Seattle 3. When we return, Kevin Kugler and Ron Rivera will have the second half kickoff. You're listening to Thursday Night Football on Westwood 1.
Football fans, picture this. You bet on your favorite player to score the first touchdown, and he throws a block, and his teammate scores instead. With BetMGM's second chance promotion, you'll get your stake back if your first touchdown scorer scores second. Bet on any pro football player to score the first touchdown of the game. If you're right, you win. If your player scores second, you get your stake back in cash. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to gamble responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 years of age and older. This U.S. promotional offer not available in Mississippi, Nevada, Ontario, or Puerto Rico. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Available in the U.S. For New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. For Arizona, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. For Massachusetts, 1-800-327-5050. For Iowa, 1-800-BETS-OFF. For Puerto Rico, 1-800-981-0023. Subject to eligibility requirements in partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
The Ed Milet Show showcases the greatest peak performers sharing their journey, knowledge, and thought leadership. Pro Football Hall of Famer Troy Aikman.
I started looking up stuff, and meditation changed my life.
Former football star Tim Tebow.
The biggest ways to get out of a slump is get out of your comfort zone and help someone else.
Coach Prime Deion Sanders.
I was 7 years old, and I told my mom I was going to be rich, and you're never going to have to work another day of your life.
The Ed Milet Show is available on YouTube or wherever you listen.
All right, the guys are at the game, so it's shopping time.
Ugh, I hate them all.
Ew, no, I mean JTV.
Jewelry television? I'm obsessed with their jewelry. Have you seen all of their artisan collections? The detail is incredible.
I'm all about the color gemstone jewelry. I can't get enough. Plus, they even have gifts for men.
Right now, new customers receive $40 towards their next purchase when they shop jtv.com/radio.
Did you know they have more than 40,000 styles?
Maybe the game will go into overtime.
Back in Seattle, alongside head coach Ron Rivera, I'm Kevin Kugler. A 16-3 advantage for San Francisco as we check the halftime stats, sponsored by Indeed. Looking for quality candidates this year? Look no further than Indeed. Indeed's video interview tool takes the hassle out of virtual hiring. Visit Indeed.com/credit. 244 yards of total offense for San Francisco, 133 for Seattle. Red zone has been a problem. 0 for 2 for the Niners. 0 for 1 for Seattle in the red zone. Individually, Brock Purdy, 9 of 14, 139 yards and a touchdown. Mason, 8 carries, 65 yards before a shoulder injury rendered him questionable to return for this game. Deebo Samuel, 2 catches, 87 yards. The big one, the 76-yard touchdown grab. For Seattle, 9 carries, 20 yards for Kenneth Walker. Geno, 9 of 18, 109 yards and a pick. Jackson Smith and Jigba, 3 catches for 46 yards. And, Coach, you talked about it at the top of the broadcast, your keys to the game, what these two teams needed to do. And so far, what they've needed to do, they've done. What do you see for the second half?
You know, what you're seeing is a little bit of the same, but again, the 49ers, you get in the red zone, you got to score points. If you're Seattle, you got to possess the ball a little bit more and score points.
Well, it will be San Francisco who gets the football to start off this second half, and it's time for the second half kickoff, sponsored by Boot Barn. Boot Barn celebrates the values of honesty, hard work, ingenuity, and perseverance, proudly offering a piece of the American spirit. Boot Barn, keep west. From left to right goes San Francisco in this third quarter. From right to left, the Seattle Seahawks. And it'll be Brock Purdy and company who will start with the football after this kickoff. Deebo Samuel and Patrick Taylor, the two deep men for the 49ers. And we are ready to get this second half underway. 16-3, San Francisco 2-3 on the year. Seattle 3-2, trying to avoid their third straight loss. San Francisco trying to move into a tie for first place in the NFC West. And here we go. The kickoff, a line drive kick, 2 yards deep, and out comes Patrick Taylor across the 15. Taylor to the 20, and Taylor stacked up at the 23, pushes the pile forward to the 25 with a flag down on the kickoff. A 27-yard return, but we're going to wait and see what this flag is all about.
For the most part, this will be real interesting as far as the 49ers are concerned, because they can really take the momentum away from anything that happened with Seattle, that last portion of that 2-minute drive.
End of the play, first down.
So illegal formation will give San Francisco yardage out to the 30-yard line, and out on the field, return of Jordan Mason for San Francisco. He's back out there at running back.
Yes, he is, and he's a big part of what they've done so far in the first half, because they've rushed the ball over 105 yards.
It was a shoulder that knocked him out. He was questionable to return, but there he is, back out there in the pistol formation behind Brock Purdy. Kittle in motion from left to right. From the 30-yard line on first down. Shotgun snap, the give is to Mason. He'll try to sweep the right side, gets to the 35, and then goes out of bounds, jarred out at the 38. A pickup of 8 for Jordan Mason on his first run back, and a 2nd and 2 for San Francisco.
Nice job by George Kittle getting to the edge and being able to cut off the defenders, allowing Mason to get outside.
Now Mason grimacing again as he went out of bounds, and he's going to head to the sideline once more. I'm not sure that shoulder is still feeling the way he wants it to feel. Isaac Guerrero in the I formation with Kyle Juszczyk on 2nd and 2. Purdy under center turns, gives to Guerrero, and he'll have a first down over the left side, and the rookie plows his way to the 42-yard line before Julian Love, along with Tyrell Dodson, can get in there to make the stop.
It was a nice job by Guerrero, starting out wide and then planting that foot and driving straight downhill to pick up the first down.
Watching Jordan Mason on the sideline, he's moving those arms back and forth like you're running in place, but he's trying to loosen up that shoulder over there on the sidelines. First down and 10 at the 42. Guerrero stays in the game to the left of Purdy. Samuel in motion from right to left. They take the give to Samuel. Purdy to throw. Throws over the left side. That pass incomplete, and there's a flag. He wanted Brandon Ayuk, who was tangled up with Trey Brown. Ayuk was standing in the middle of the field with his arms in the air trying to move, and Brown allegedly wouldn't let him go. Brown's over there to argue the conversation. He's saying, what could Brown do to you?
It looks like the back judge trying to talk him out of it, because he may have thought that there was no chance.
No foul on the play, incomplete pass.
Yep.
Trey Brown, one of the best arguers in the history of the National Football League. He got the officials to change their mind.
Well, the back judge stepped in, and he didn't think that was enough as far as the contact was concerned to call pass interference.
So it's 2nd down and 10. The ball at the 42-yard line. Kayvon Wallace will check into the ball game for Seattle. Bringing an extra defensive back out there. Draymond Jones will head to the sideline. 2nd down and 10 from the 42. Juszczyk motioning the slot right side. Purdy in the shotgun. Standing along the left hash. Gets the chest high shotgun snap. Back pedals to throw. Steps up and throws to the left sideline. Kittle wide open at the Seattle 40. Across the 35. Spins around the 30-yard line and is down inside the 30. Mark him at the 29 of Seattle. A 29-yard pickup from Purdy to Kittle, and a big play for the 49ers.
Very nice job, well designed, because the underneath route that was run to that sideline where Kittle was headed, he froze the corner, and the ball was able to be thrown to Kittle without anybody around him for the big completion.
So now San Francisco looking to add to a 16-3 lead to start this third quarter. Inside the Seattle 30 at the 29. Guerrero, the single back, he'll get the carry. Looks over the right side, bounces to the corner, and has yardage out to the 24-yard line. There was great penetration in the backfield. Julian Love finally chased him down after a 5-yard gain, but Coach Jerome Baker looked like he had him dead to rights for about a 2-yard loss on the play.
He did, but again, a little bit of burst by the young running back as he got it himself outside, was able to make the turn to to get upfield and pick up 5 yards.
Not a surprise to see that burst. He was the fastest running back at the combine this past year. Ran a 4.33 in the 40. Niners break the huddle with under 10 on the play clock. 2nd and 4 at the Seattle 23. Juszczyk in motion. Toss play, Garendo left side as a crease across the 20, and he's down at the 17-yard line, and he may have been knocked down by his own guy. Juszczyk trying to block, and I think he took his own man out in the process.
Yes. Nice job by Juszczyk bumping the defender to create space, but then again, keep running so you don't run into your own guy.
But enough for a first down, and you are seeing that burst from Garendo consistently tonight.
Okay, Seattle's defense playing like they're tired already.
There's a long way to go in this one. Patrick Taylor in at running back now to spell Garendo. Samuel in motion behind the line. The handoff is to Taylor up the middle, and Taylor with a little bit of burst down to the 11-yard line. He did not have a carry on the year prior to tonight. In fact, it mainly been a special teams guy and a return guy, but he gets 6 on that carry.
And it was a well-designed play because, again, they're bringing that motion across the formation, getting them to move their linebackers and safeties a little bit, getting them out of position.
Seattle on their heels right now as San Francisco on the opening drive of the second half has marched it to the Seattle 11. But they are in the red zone. It's been a problem. Taylor, the single back, he'll get another carry, a stutter step and a burst to the 10, and Leonard Williams tosses him down after a 1-yard pickup. And if you're a San Francisco fan, you're thinking, here we go again, Ron Rivera. 3rd down and 3, but inside the red zone where the Niners offense has hit stall the last 2 games.
And it's going to be interesting to see if there's something really creative here, because again, Kyle's been very good getting to this point. Now it's opportunity to get it into the end zone or at least pick up the first down.
This is where they miss Christian McCaffrey the most, right?
Yes, his versatility is so important to what they do offensively.
3 receivers to the right of the line, single wide left. Now Jennings motioning right to left and back to the right. Shotgun snap to Purdy. Purdy pats the football, throws to the right side for the end zone. It's caught by George Kittle, and he drags his toe across the line for the touchdown. George Kittle, running across the goal line to the front right corner, makes the catch and somehow able to drag not one but both feet and add to the lead. It's 22-3, San Francisco.
I tell you, that ball was perfectly thrown at that front pylon to the only place where it could have been caught by George.
Outstanding footwork, befitting a wide receiver, but it's a tight end that does it.
Well, that's a pretty special tight end, though.
Extra point is up, and it is good. George Kittle is on a streak. He's got a tight end now, or a touchdown in each of the last 4 games for San Francisco, and this one gives the Niners a 23-3 lead. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
Touchdown! Throughout the 2024 season, each NFL team channel on the SiriusXM app will feature the team's pre- and post-game shows before and after every game.
What's given me confidence is how they've responded to adversity.
Get instant reaction, live interviews, and press conference audio. Now your favorite team's broadcast includes their pre- and post-game shows all season long on the SiriusXM app. All 32 team channels are also available in vehicles equipped with SiriusXM 360L radios.
If you want to win your fantasy football league, you need to listen to Fantasy Sports Radio.
What a play!
From start-sit decisions to waiver wire advice to injury updates, SiriusXM Channel 87 helps you win your fantasy football league. With expert advice from Jeff Mans.
Making the most moves doesn't result in the most wins.
Howard Bender.
Just because you're allowed to make a waiver move doesn't mean you have to make a waiver move.
Jeff Ratcliffe.
Don't overvalue wide receiver cornerback.
Bob Harris.
If you're in a league that doesn't have IR, go out and start looking to waiver wires for players who are about to be activated.
Adam Ronis.
Personally, I don't like trading for injured players because there's a risk
of a setback.
And so much more.
You've done wonders for me through the year.
Winning strategies from the best analysts in the business are on Fantasy Sports Radio, Sirius XM 87, and on the all-new Sirius XM app.
Hey, football fans, this is Jim Miller.
And I'm Pat Kerwin. Be sure to join us tomorrow for Moving the Chains at 3 p.m. Eastern on NFL Radio.
We'll be breaking down all the action from 49ers Seahawks and getting you ready for the rest of the Week 6 matchups.
And we've got plenty to talk about, including the Beltway battle between the Commanders and Ravens and the Lions squaring off with the Cowboys down in Dallas.
So come talk some ball with us tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern on Moving the Chains, Sirius XM, NFL Radio, Channel 88, and the all-new Sirius XM app.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Westwood 1, your home for Thursday Night Football.
This is Peter King. Hear me all season long, every Monday night on Let's Go at 6 Eastern on Mad Dog Sports Radio, Channel 82.
23-3, San Francisco. 10:07 remaining in the third. D. Williams and Laviska Shenault, the deep men for Seattle, as San Francisco will kick it off after the touchdown. This is Shenault, who will field it at the 3. Shenault to the 10, up the 15, across the 20. A stutter step at the 25, burst across the 30, breaks the tackle at the 40, and Shenault on the run in midfield. Shenault to the 40, it's a foot race. To the 30, Shenault to the 20, inside the 10, he's all the way home. No flags on the field. 97-yard kickoff return for a touchdown for Laviska Shenault. Well, that'll make you feel a little bit better about things if you're on that Seattle sideline. A burst by Shenault. His last NFL touchdown was 2 years ago. 97 yards later, he's got a touchdown. Jason Myers on for the extra point. And Seattle answers in one giant play. 23-10, Shenault with a lightning bolt to get the Seahawks back in this ballgame.
You know, it's one of those things that you almost kind of wish, if you're Seattle, that you had a little bit more time, because that defense is going to have to go right back out there, because they just got done with a 9-play drive. So it's going to be real interesting to see how that affects their defense. Hopefully it gives them a little bit of energy. They come out, get a stop, and you've got game on.
Well, let's check the drive summaries. Sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts. Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts. And just like O'Reilly Auto Parts has all the auto parts, we have all the scoring drives. A 9-play, 70-yard drive for San Francisco that made it 23-3, and then a 97-yard kickoff return. The answer from Laviska Shenault makes it 23-10. The Seahawks right back in this ballgame. Last time we saw a Seattle kickoff return for a touchdown, Halloween night, or Halloween day, of 2021, Travis Homer did it against Jacksonville.
Well, from what I saw, it just looked like it was man-up blocking straight ahead, and he just took it straight downhill from once he caught it.
Laviska Shenault is laying right now on the bench. He's exhausted. And now Seattle will kick it away. Patrick Taylor and Deebo Samuel 3 yards deep in the end zone. And the kickoff to Samuel at the 2-yard line. Deebo to the 10, across the 15, Samuel to the 20, and Samuel gets across the 30-yard line before he's upended at the 31. A 30-yard return, and San Francisco's offense back to work. Kobe Bryant on the tackle for Seattle. So now you get a little bit of a burst and certainly a kick of energy after your lowest point of the game. So how does that translate now when this defense has to come right back on the field?
Well, I'll tell you, the big thing, though, is if Seattle can pick up a 3-and-out, that just energized the entire Seattle side.
One thing I know it did is energize this crowd again.
Yes, got them back in the game.
First down and 10 at the 31. Patrick Taylor is the running back. And on first down, a straight drop. Purdy with the pocket collapsing, throws over the middle to Taylor at the 35, and Taylor lowers the pads and bowls over Tyrell Dodson to the 43, a pickup of 12, and a first down. Even without Jordan Mason, Coach, Isaac Guerrero and Patrick Taylor giving some good minutes at running back.
Yes, they are, and they're their type of football players, and that is they're one-cut guys that get downhill very, very well. And the big thing there, again, they're playing zone. Linebackers are flying out of the middle, and that check down's been open all day.
So now they'll take one of those linebackers off, bring on the extra defensive back on 1st and 10 at the 43. Purdy taps the side of his helmet. He's under center. On 1st down, a toss play. Guerrero to the right side, and Guerrero tripped up at the 45-yard line by Jaron Reed. A 2-yard gain, and with 8:54 to go in the third, it's 2nd and 8.
I'll tell you, that was a nice stop by the defensive front. Stepping up, setting the edge. That way the ball can't bounce outside, forcing it in between, and the pursuit got there, made the play for a 2-yard gain.
Laviska Shenault is now sitting up on the bench with oxygen. Not sure he's any less tired, but he's hoping he has a chance to return another one. Long way to go for that. 2nd and 8 for San Francisco at their 45-yard line. They bring pressure. It's picked up. Purdy steps away. A flag is down. He throws. It's caught by Ayuk at the 45, inside the Seattle 40 and out of bounds. Devin Witherspoon with the tackle, but this hold is going to back up San Francisco.
Yes, I tell you, good job by the defensive front getting off on the snap, getting pressure on Purdy and forcing the hold.
So back up San Francisco, now in a hole, 2nd down and 18, back at the 35. Every Westwood One football broadcast this season is once again available on all Alexa-enabled devices. Just say Open Westwood One Sports and you'll be taken straight to the action. That's Open Westwood One Sports to listen on Alexa. 2nd and 18 at the 35. Samuel and Ayuk will go out wide to the left of the line. Brock Purdy under center. Taylor is the single back on 2nd and 18. 23-10, San Francisco leads. Purdy to throw. Pressure comes. Purdy on the roll, runs to the left. Now backpedals, sets up, throws it sidearm, and a diving catch is made by Juwan Jennings at the 37. All of that for 2 yards, and it's 3rd and 16.
Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to remember that kickoff return if they get this stop right here, because this crowd will erupt.
Trey Brown limping off the field for an already dinged up secondary. Remember, Reek Woolen is out with an ankle injury. Now Brown heads to the bench. 3rd and 16. And we've got a whistle and a stoppage.
After replay assist, the last pass was incomplete. Therefore, the ball will be on the 35-yard line.
Replay assist was instituted a year ago. Basically, it allows the referees upstairs to look at it and make the correct ruling without either side having to challenge anything, thus the anticipation of the game's pace continuing. So now it's 3rd and 18. So all of that for no yardage. And we've gone back in time, now 7:44 to play in the third. Brock Purdy gets a shotgun snap. Quick toss to the left side at Samuel at the 40. Deebo Samuel across the 45 and fights his way close to 1st down yardage. He continued to struggle through contact and got it all the way out to midfield. A pickup of 15. And now it's 4th and 3, but the punt team with Mitch Wisnowski is going to come on for San Francisco.
Well, the big thing there, Seattle was in pretty much almost a prevent type of coverage. They were soft. That allowed them to pick up those yards. Those guys that were back came up and helped to make the stop to keep him from getting the 1st down.
D. Williams back at the 8-yard line awaiting the Wisnowski punt. Wisnowski, a wobbler over towards the sideline, bounces at the 5 and it dies. It's like he was hitting that into quicksand. It's stuck. 45-yard punt. No return. Seattle from their own 6 when we return, trailing 23-10 with 7:02 to play in the third. You're listening to Thursday Night Football on Westwood One.
At Boot Barn, we're driven by everything the cowboy boot stands for. The reliable communities of the West, the hardened values of the cowboy, and the unshakable spirit of all who lead a tenacious lifestyle. Justin Boots capture these Western ideals in every pair. Their handcrafted boots are an invitation into the continuing story of the West, open to all who dream of untamed lands and endless Western skies. Justin Boots at Boot Barn.
Mom, meet Sarah.
From first-time Nana moments.
And welcome to Flight 101.
To annual girls trip moments. Your can't-miss moments are worth protecting against RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or diabetes, you're at higher risk of being hospitalized from RSV. And there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com.
So where should we go next?
Sponsored by Pfizer.
This season, get premium tech that inspires joy from Dell Technologies. Bring projects to life with the XPS 16. It delivers supercharged processing for enhanced productivity and freedom to express yourself. Performance-class Dell PCs with Intel Core Ultra processors deliver a dedicated engine to help accelerate AI. Enjoy free shipping, Dell rewards, and expert support. When you get a Dell PC with AI, it gives back. Shop now at Dell.com/deals.
Time to check the schedule of games coming up on Westwood One, sponsored by Hulu Plus Live TV. Sunday, 9:15 a.m. Eastern Time, it's the Jaguars and Bears in London. 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, Sunday night, Bengals and Giants. Monday night, the Bills are at the new-look Jets. And next Thursday, the Denver Broncos travel to New Orleans to take on the Saints. Tired of paying for cable TV? Switch to Hulu Plus Live TV today to watch over 95 live channels. Live TV plan required. Restrictions apply. Learn more at Hulu.com. Ron Rivera, can you say momentum has changed yet, or does it have to really rely more on what the Seattle drive does, trailing 23-10?
Yes, it really does have to fall onto their offensive shoulders right now. They've got to move this ball. Even if they move the ball from the 6-yard line and get it to midfield and then punt, that's a win for them. They go 3 and out, or they don't get past their own 20, 25-yard line, it's going to be tough sailing.
First down and 10 at the 6. Two receivers to the left. It's Geno Smith in the shotgun. He's got Walker to his right. Shotgun snap. Smith to throw from his end zone over the middle, and he finds his tight end, A.J. Barner, the rookie from Michigan, with his 7th catch of the year to the 19-yard line. A pickup of 13 and a Seattle first down.
Looked like Fred Warner got a little too aggressive on that instead of staying in his zone.
Seattle will hustle up to the line. Kenneth Walker will split out of the backfield wide right. Now he'll motion back into the backfield and stand to the right of Geno Smith. Shotgun snap, hand to Walker, and Walker runs up the middle to the 21. He picks up 2. He ran more in motion before the play than he was able to up the middle, and it's 2nd and 8.
Well, you know, the 49ers brought pressure. Odom came off the left side of the defense and was able to make that stop from behind.
So now it's 2nd and 8 at the 21. DK Metcalf to the sideline on 2nd down. Out comes Jake Bobo. He's split out wide right. Smith and Jigba slot right. Single receiver is Lockett to the left. Shotgun snap. Fake the give. Smith steps away from pressure. Rolls to the right. Looking in trouble. And Smith will just throw this one in the general direction of Bobo, who came back. He was throwing that ball away, and Bobo almost came back and caught that ball on the far sideline. But that rush from Malik Collins and that front 4 of San Francisco with Bosa, too, got a lot of penetration.
They did, but again, nice job by Bobo, being alert to his quarterback, being in distress, coming back, trying to make a play.
3rd down and 8 at the 21. 3 receivers to the left of the line. Charbonnet in the backfield. Now they'll shift Charbonnet out of the backfield. Play clock down to 6. Still motioning everyone around. Little confusion. Fant splits out 1 second on the play clock. They just get the snap off. Smith to throw. Airing it down the right sideline. Lockett runs underneath it. And he makes the catch at the 45 of San Francisco. Down at the 39. George Odom on the coverage. That was a fire drill that turns into a 40-yard gain.
And what happened was they caught the 49ers in man pressure. They were blitzing and got caught.
They'll mark it at the 42 where it's first down. And the handoff is to Charbonnet, and Charbonnet struggles up the middle to near the 37. Give him 4 on the carry. Sam Okuwanu there on the tackle.
Nice surge by that front, getting a little bit of push.
2nd and 6, 5 minutes to go, third quarter. 2 receivers right. Metcalf the single to the left. Quick toss to Fant, the tight end, with blockers at the 30. Fant down at the 25 in the arms of Fred Warner. It'll be a first down. They mark him at the 26 of San Francisco. A pickup of 12 and a first down for the Seahawks, and they're on the move now, and now momentum starting to shift back to the home team.
Most certainly. Once they crossed the 50, you could feel it, the fans feel it, and again, the players are starting to respond and make plays on the offensive side.
And now Laviska Shenault off the bench and off the oxygen is back on the field. He's split out wide to the right with Walker. Now Walker will motion into the backfield. Geno Smith under center. Turns, play fake. Sets, wants the screen, finds Walker at the 25, Walker to the 20, and Walker down inside the 20 at the San Francisco 18. Pickup of 8, Jair Brown on the tackle. 2nd and 2 coming up. Seahawks with that sort of mush huddle get up to the line. 2nd and 2 at the 18. Get the shotgun snap, hand it to Walker, starts up the middle, tries to bounce to the outside, nowhere to go. Jair Brown was right there to drop him at the 19. It'll be a loss of 1, now 3rd and 3.
Very aggressive play by Jair, stepping up, making that play. And again, this can be a really good stop for the Niner defense that could kind of slow this momentum down a little bit. They've got to do something. They can't allow a score.
3 receivers to the right, 2 wide to the left. 10th play of the drive for Seattle. Down 23-10, late 3rd. Shotgun snap to Geno Smith. Looks left, fires left. It's caught by DK Metcalf. That's a first down. Metcalf with the grab at the 14, and he tiptoed his way up the left sideline to the 11. It'll be first down and 10, just outside the 10 for Seattle.
That was a great round by DK. He leaned in on Green and then pushed himself to the outside to make the catch.
On first down, Smith in the gun. Handoff, Walker up the middle, cuts back to the left at the 5, and he's down at the 4 for a minute. It looked like he had an opening, and Beal helped close it with George Odom, and it's 2nd down.
I'll tell you, these quick-hitting runs right now most certainly do have the 49ers front on their heels.
2nd and 3 from the 4. Smith in the gun, Walker to his left, hand to Walker again. Kenneth Walker plowing forward to the goal line, leaning inside the 1. He's down there. It'll be first down and goal inside the 1 for Seattle. They hustle up to the line once more. 1st and goal, inside the 1. Geno Smith, quarterback sneak. I don't think he got there.
No, it's very good surge. The 49ers were set up with both tackles in the A-gaps, and when the ball was snapped, they both fired off and got a little bit of push.
No gain on the play. Line change for the 49ers. They're bringing in 5 new players. Meanwhile, Seattle's going with the heavy set. Pharaoh Brown, Noah Fant, and Brady Russell. 3 tight ends on the field on 2nd and goal. From the 1, Russell lines up in the fullback spot. Here come Niners running onto the field late. The officials are going to let them run in because Seattle substituted so San Francisco can't.
You have to give them a chance to get on and off the field.
2nd and goal from the 1 in the eye. Geno Smith under center, turns, gives to Walker, lowers the pads, and drives into the end zone for a Seattle touchdown. And the Seahawks are most definitely back in this ballgame. Marching in for the score. They trail now 23-16.
I'll tell you, this became a ballgame for the most part on a couple of plays made by Geno. 1, avoiding the big sack, and then 2, seeing the pressure, challenging the man coverage and throwing the ball deep, making the big play.
Jason Myers will line up for the extra point. And the kick by Myers is good. And just like that, it is a 6-point ball game. 97-yard kickoff return. Force a punt. 90-plus yard drive. 23-17 San Francisco. You're listening to Thursday Night Football on Westwood 1.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds, which could be life-changing. I mean, you could put that money towards concert tickets for your daughter to see that singer who sings about painful breakups. And one song will inspire your little beauty to break up with that beast she's dating, Brian. Instead, she'll date someone who's nice and worthy of her love, not someone who addresses you and your spouse as bro. And it's all because you could save money switching at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
Members, it's here. Milo's Rewards Week deals for members only are up for grabs. Get up to 40% off store-wide on hundreds of items, including select bath products. Plus, save $10 on 1-gallon cans and $50 on 5-gallon pails of Valspar Signature paint. So what are you waiting for? Join for free today and get instant access to hundreds of Milo's Rewards Week deals. Lowe's knows home improvement. Offer valid 10/10 through 10/16. Program subject to terms and conditions. See Lowe's.com/terms for details. Subject to change.
Finding quality candidates for your small business is no little league game, but Indeed can help you cover all your hiring bases. Their all-in-one hiring platform has smart tools to help you attract, screen, and hire quality candidates. And they don't just help you hire faster. 93% of employers agree Indeed delivers the highest quality matches compared to other job sites, according to a recent Indeed survey. Nix the hassle. Start hiring. Learn more at Indeed.com/credit to expand your team today.
O'Reilly. It's Superstart Battery Month at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Get up to a $25 gift card after rebate with the purchase of select Superstart batteries. We'll test your old battery for free and recommend the right battery for your vehicle. For power, performance, and reliability, choose Superstart batteries only at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. Kevin Kugler and Ron Rivera here in the Grainger broadcast booth in Seattle. Tackle your to-do list with Grainger. From locker rooms to plant floors, Grainger offers supplies and solutions for every industry. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. 23-17. We told you at the top of the broadcast, Ron Rivera, a tale of two halves for San Francisco. Plus 40 in the first half this year, minus 20 in the second half. Well, they were up 16-3 at halftime. Here in the second half, they've been outscored by Seattle, and the Seahawks are back in this game.
Yes, they're a minus 7 in the second half so far.
Samuel and Taylor, the deep men for the 49ers. Myers to kick it off. 23-17. Seattle now within 6, down 13 at the break. And the kickoff, Samuel from the 3. To the 10, Samuel to the 20, and Samuel upended by Bobo as he gets across the 25-yard line. Take me to the sideline. You've been there before in situations like this. You're on the road. You feel the momentum slipping. What's Kyle Shanahan and this team, what are they doing on that sideline to get this team back on track?
The biggest thing they need to do now is again, control the pace and tempo of the game. They've got to have a nice sustained drive, put themselves in scoring position, whether it's field goal or touchdown, to slow that momentum down.
From the 26-yard line, first out. They're without their lead back. Jordan Mason came on for one carry in the second half. The shoulder injury sends him to the sidelines. Play action. Purdy to throw towards the right sideline, incomplete. Brandon Ayuk had a step as he was working against Nehemiah Pritchett, the rookie from Auburn, but Purdy couldn't connect with him, and it's 2nd and 10.
I tell you, it was a good call there by Kyle Shanahan. He created an opportunity to have an explosive. If he could have brought that ball down, they just got the explosive. That would have cried this crowd a little bit.
2nd down and 10 at the 26. 1:14 to play in the third. This crowd alive again in Seattle. 2 receivers left. From the shotgun, clapping for the snap is Brock Purdy. Gets the shotgun snap. Purdy steps into the pocket. Pressure comes. Rolls right. Throws to his outlet. Use check, and he's tackled immediately at the 26-yard line. Jerome Baker brought him down, but an outstanding job Seattle defensively. Purdy, nowhere to go.
Right, for the most part across the board, coverage was set where it needed to be. It took away his options, and the only thing he really had to do too was, because of the pressure, was scramble and look for an opportunity to get rid of the ball so he's not sacked.
San Francisco 4 for 9 tonight on third down. They've got a 3rd and 10. Jennings and Ayuk to the left of the line. Samuel to the right. Purdy in the gun, stomps his foot, gets the shotgun snap. Pressure comes. Purdy throws left side, caught by Jennings, stopped short of the first down. An ankle tackle by Julian Love as he turned upfield at the 30, brought him down 3 yards shy of the first, and the punt team coming on, a 3-and-out from the Seattle D.
That was a very good play call right there by Mike McDonald. What he did was brought pressure and forced Purdy to throw the ball underneath the coverage, which allowed them to drive up, make the tackle, and put them in punt formation.
Now that'll take us to the end of the third quarter here in Seattle. And oh, how things changed in the final half of that third quarter. Down 23-3, the Seahawks have scored touchdowns on their last 2 possessions, and they're within 6, 23-17. You're listening to Thursday Night Football on Westwood One.
Most tax pros leave a message.
It's Jane. I'm moving on to a TurboTax expert who beat your price. Adam Devine, tell him how I feel.
Hey, tax pro, she's been thinking twice. Just believe TurboTax will beat your price. This is a tax break.
Switch to a TurboTax Live expert and we'll beat what you paid your pro last tax season. Make the switch at TurboTax.com/beatyourprice. TurboTax full service only. Sign up by 12/20/2024 and file by 4/1/2025. Full details at TurboTax.com/beatyourprice.
Something amazing is happening in video conferencing. People are showing up in big ways. That's because CDW is building collaborative and connected video and audio environments with HP Poly. With Noise Block AI to silence distractions and group framing to highlight speakers, everyone on your team gets to shine. Make amazing happen. HP Poly and CDW. Learn more at cdw.com/poly.
This is the story of the one. As a facility technician installing a new welding station, he knows getting the ventilation right is critical for safety. That's why when questions arise, there's Grainger. Grainger offers detailed technical product information online at his fingertips, so it's easy to find what he needs. Because when it comes to safety, having answers means he and his people can breathe a little easier. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
On job sites, few things are more important than a solid work boot. At Boot Barn Work, we pride ourselves on knowing that no matter your trade, when there's hard work to be done, your boot should be built for non-stop protection and mobility. Thoroughgood checks all the boxes. Their Wear Anywhere boots are time-tested and crafted with the highest quality materials for relentless support. For job-fitted boots, Thoroughgood at Boot Barn Work.
Set your alarm clocks to join us Sunday for a special breakfast edition of NFL football as the Chicago Bears face the Jacksonville Jaguars at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium beginning at 9:15 a.m. Eastern Time. J.P. Shadrick and Peanut Tillman will bring you all the excitement live from London. Go to WestwoodOneSports.com to listen to a live stream. If it's Sunday morning football, it's on Westwood One. With NFL coach Ron Rivera, I'm Kevin Kugler. We are in Seattle. The fourth quarter about to begin with a punt. San Francisco leading 23-17. They'll punt it away. Back deep is D. Williams. The punt by Mitch Wishnowsky. Angling toward the near sideline. Williams will call for the fair catch. He was bumped into as he tried to field the punt. The ball bounces around. It's scooped up by San Francisco. It was touched by Williams, but you got to wonder, was the guy blocked into Williams?
It sure looked like he was pushed into, so they're going to probably pick that flag up. The question, though, is did that ball touch the return man? If it did and it was recovered by San Francisco, it's their ball.
I think it may have touched his right hand.
Yeah. See, he's being pushed.
The officials are talking it over. The question is, was it touched? Because it was a clear recovery by San Francisco. Looked like D. Winters for the Niners may have scooped that ball up. Now let's see what Craig Rolstad says.
The San Francisco player who hit the Seahawks receiver was blocked into him. Therefore, there's no foul. It'll be first down and 10 Seattle.
Okay, so first and 10 Seattle. Now this will be interesting. Will Kyle Shanahan challenge whether or not the ball was touched by D. Williams?
Yeah, I think he's looking at it to see if it was.
He certainly is, peering up at the scoreboard, and here comes the challenge flag, and Kyle Shanahan showing off that right arm, throws the challenge flag almost to the middle of the field. And I think it's a good challenge, Ron.
I agree. I mean, I really do. Just thinking that, again, he pushed him into it, and it looked like the ball might have caught that right hand.
Now, if that's the case, it's a tough break because Seattle thought it was over. They didn't go after the ball at all.
Correct.
They thought it was with the flag down. It wouldn't have mattered, but the Niners are going to challenge that this was touched.
San Francisco is challenging the ruling on the field that the ball was not touched by the Seattle receiver.
The ball was touched. He said that wrong.
This close shave instant replay review is sponsored by Barbasol Shaving Cream. Barbasol delivers a thick lather and close, comfortable shave for half the price of gels. Why pay more for a great shave? Choose Barbasol. We're going to look at this from any angle they can come up with. We'll tell you the results when we return. 23-17 San Francisco, a big challenge. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
I'm Bruce Murray. And I'm Rich Gannon. Join us Friday, noon Eastern time on the Sirius XM Blitz. We'll recap the NFC West matchup between the 49ers and the Seahawks.
Touchdown! San Francisco!
Plus, we will preview the rest of Week 6, starting with the Commanders, Ravens, Lions, Cowboys, and the Jets' first game without Robert Saleh on Monday Night Football versus the Bills. So don't miss these Sirius XM Blitz with me and Rich Gannon. Friday, noon Eastern time on NFL Radio Channel 88 and the all-new Sirius XM app.
Touchdown!
Throughout the 2024 season, each NFL team channel on the Sirius XM app will feature the team's pre- and post-game shows before and after every game.
What's given me confidence is how they've responded to adversity.
Get instant reaction, live interviews, and press conference audio. Now your favorite team's broadcast includes their pre- and post-game shows all season long on the Sirius XM app. All 32 team channels are also available in vehicles equipped with Sirius XM 360L radios.
NBC Sports Audio Channel 85 on Sirius XM is your home for expert analysis, popular talk shows, and live sports coverage.
Here comes Clark. How will she go for history? The all-time leading scorer in women's college basketball.
Listen to Dan Patrick, Mike Florio, Matthew Berry, and Chris Sims break down the latest news and offer expert analysis.
How about we play the Super Bowl on the Saturday instead of the Sunday 2 weeks after the AFC-NFC title game? Who's with me?
Plus, play-by-play coverage of some of the biggest events in sports, including the Kentucky Derby, Indy 500, U.S. Open, and more.
One for London. Two fills up the inside. Right along Leeds. And it is going to be Leeds to win the Kentucky Derby.
Your home for all the latest news, fantasy expertise, and live events all year long. NBC Sports Audio Channel 85 on Sirius XM.
After review, the ruling on the field stands as called, so it will remain Seattle football from the 18-yard line. All season long, you can stream the NFL on Westwood One for free, sponsored by Pfizer. Visit VaxAssist.com to schedule your pneumococcal vaccination appointment today. That's VaxAssist.com. First and 10 at the 18-yard line. Geno Smith in Seattle back to work. Zach Charbonnet with the carry. And Charbonnet up the middle across the 20 and down to the 21-yard line. Let's go back to that review, though, Ron Rivera. You looked at it. I looked at it. We both thought it looked like it was touched.
It really did. Looked like it caught his right hand, just nipped a little bit. And, they're showing the replay again and again on TV.
I think it bent his thumb back.
Yeah.
Second and 7, maybe a huge break for the Seattle Seahawks. Second and 7 at the 21, three receivers to the left of the line. Geno Smith gets the shotgun snap. It's a draw play. Charbonnet with a big hole at the 25. A little stutter step as he bounces to the right side, slips through a tackle, and then is upended just shy of the 30-yard line by D. Winters. It'll be a first down for Seattle and a pickup of 9 for Zach Charbonnet.
Great call. Good job of blocking up in the inside. Center got up to the linebackers, allowed Charbonnet to bounce it to the outside, and then, again, you got to make your tackles.
7 running back carries, as you mentioned in the pregame last week. That's the 18th carry by a running back tonight for Seattle.
They got balance right now.
First and 10 at the 30. Metcalf in motion from right to left. The single back is Charbonnet. Smith under center, turns, play action. Wants the screen. It's not open, and he'll just dirt it, and here's a flag. He wanted Noah Fant on the tight end screen.
They're going to call Nick Bosa for no, they're not. It's going to probably be an illegal man downfield.
So they'd set up the screen, and Bosa just blasted Fant right at the line, knocked him down.
Exactly.
And it is going to be an ineligible man downfield.
You know, usually what happens on a screen, the timing is it's got to be so good. If you pump your arm as a quarterback, those guys have already released him. Once they get downfield, hey, they become eligible for that illegal man.
Downfield, offense, number 67. That penalty's declined. Result of the play is an incomplete pass, second down.
What goes into the decision-making for a coach as to whether you accept or decline a penalty like that?
Well, this one was probably only 5 yards, and the thinking is now it's second down and 10.
So you weigh the down versus the yardage.
Right, because it could have been first and 15.
Second down and 10 from the 30-yard line. Shotgun snap, hand to Charbonnet, nowhere to go. Kevin Gibbons into the backfield to make the tackle at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now 3rd and 10 from the 30-yard line.
Again, good bit of defense up front, being stout.
Quickly up to the line, 2 receivers right, single wide left, 3rd down and 10 for Seattle from the 30-yard line.
They've overloaded their front to the offensive left.
Now Smith and Jigba will shift to the left side. He'll join Lockett split out wide. Fant and Metcalf to the right. 3rd down and 10. Shotgun snap, Geno Smith. Steps up in the pocket. Pressure coming from Bosa. Gets away. Rolls right. He'll throw it away. He's fortunate to keep the football. Bosa, when he penetrated, Coach, got the hands on the ball and almost took it away from Geno Smith, who threw it away and brings on the punt team.
And I'll tell you, it was a great pass rush, a really good move. Bosa got to the depth, worked back underneath the blocker, and was able to get into Geno. But Geno, being strong and physical, he was able to hold on to the ball and then get rid of it, saving the down for the most part.
And saving a disastrous turnover basically in their red zone. On to punt it away is Michael Dixon. Jacob Cowling is the deep man. Dixon's punt. High kick, driving Cowling back all the way to the 12-yard line. He slips down and is buried by D. Williams.
That's the second time he's slipped.
58-yard punt, no return. They'll check his cleats to see why he can't stay up on this turf in Seattle as we take a timeout. 12:38 to go in the 4th. San Francisco clinging to a 23-17 lead. You're listening to Thursday Night Football on Westwood 1.
Hey, Joe Montana here. Back in my football days, I knew the importance of a strong defense. Now I'm sharing how you can help defend your health against pneumococcal pneumonia, a bacterial lung disease that can be life-threatening. If you're 65 or older, or 19 or older with certain chronic conditions like diabetes or asthma, you're at increased risk. Talk to your doctor or pharmacist about vaccination and learn more at knowpneumonia.com. That's KNOW pneumonia.com.
Sponsored by Pfizer.
It's another week of Sunday morning football on NFL Network. Live from London.
DJ Moore, touchdown!
2 young QBs take the turf in Tottenham.
Fire for the end zone. That ball is going to be caught.
Trevor Lawrence and the Jags face Caleb Williams and the Bears. Set your alarms because this waits for no one. Rise, shine, football. Jaguars, Bears. Sunday at 9:30 a.m. Eastern. Only on NFL Network.
Autumn is in the air, and like the leaves, prices are falling at Harbor Freight's parking lot sale this weekend. We've got tons of products on sale, like 3-ton jacks for under $100, 5,000-watt generators, $250 off, plus dual bevel miter saws at nearly half the price of the competition. Whatever you do it for less at Harbor Freight. Valid until 10/13/24 while supplies last, so hurry in. Limitations apply.
All right, gentlemen, this is Emmett Smith on behalf of Depend, and I've got the perfect play. Run straight to your doctor's office for a life-changing catch. Because when prostate cancer is caught early, it's up to 99% treatable, and 1 blood test might be all it takes. And now through November, Depend is donating to the Prostate Cancer Foundation for select purchases. Talk about a great play.
From September 1st to November 30th, Depend is donating 40 cents to the Prostate Cancer Foundation for Depend Shield Guards RealFit products purchased in the U.S. up to a maximum of $300,000 void in Mississippi.
Families affected by hurricanes Helene and Milton urgently need support. Help the American Red Cross provide meals and shelter to these families. Donate today to Hurricanes Helene and Milton relief efforts by going to redcross.org/NFL. Crowd rising again. The 12s trying to get into it here in Seattle. 23-17 San Francisco, and the Niners start at their 12. Purdy pointing at the sides of his helmet under center. First down and 10. Two tight ends in motion, and a flag flies. The handoff is to Deebo Samuel. He'll go out of bounds at the 16, but you had both you had Eric Saubert and George Kittle in motion at the same time.
A little bit of confusion, obviously, with the play call and the way the front was set as far as their offense is concerned.
Number 82 and 85 both moving. It's a 5-yard penalty. Replay first down.
So first and 15, back to the 7. Seattle will be without Trey Brown the rest of the game, and Artie Burns. Both out, Brown an ankle, Burns a toe. Secondary very thin for Seattle. First and 15 from the 7. Motion across from Juszczyk. Purdy from the goal line. Sets, backpedals, throws. Juszczyk open at the 10. Across the 15, and Juszczyk twists his way to the 20-yard line. 13 yards through the air. Jerome Baker on the stop.
I'll tell you, Purdy's ability to be mobile in the pocket with his eyes downfield created that play for the most part. Juszczyk stayed alive, found a hole in the zone, and Purdy was able to get it to him.
What a skill to be that mobile in the pocket and stay alive in the pass game.
Yes, great eye discipline downfield.
Second and 2 at the 20. 11:40 to play. San Francisco up 6. Samuel in motion behind. The handoff to Taylor. Taylor bangs his way up the middle. He falls forward for a first down to the 23. So they overcome the penalty and a fresh set of downs. First down and 10. And now we've got an injured 49er. It's Aaron Banks, the left guard, who is still down on the turf here in Seattle. Spencer Burford will come in to replace Banks as the athletic training staff comes out to take a look at the starting left guard for San Francisco. He was a second-round pick back in 2021. He grew up less than an hour from Levi's Stadium. He's been a mainstay at that left guard spot, but he's down right now, and while they tend to Aaron Banks will step aside from Seattle with the 49ers up 23-17. You're listening to Thursday Night Football on Westwood 1.
Most tax pros leave a message.
It's Jane. I'm moving on to a TurboTax expert who beat your price. Adam Devine, tell him how I feel.
Hey, tax pro, she's been thinking twice. Just believe TurboTax will beat your price. This is a tax break.
Switch to a TurboTax Live expert and we'll beat what you paid your pro last tax season. Make the switch at TurboTax.com/beatyourprice. TurboTax full service only. Sign up by 12/20/2024 and file by 4/1/2025. Full details at TurboTax.com/beatyourprice.
Running your own business can feel a lot like running a one-person relay race. When you've got to expand your team, share the baton with Indeed. Their all-in-one hiring platform has smart tools to help you attract, screen, and hire quality candidates to your roster. And they don't just help you hire faster. 93% of employers agree Indeed delivers the highest quality matches compared to other job sites, according to a recent Indeed survey. Nix the hassle. Start hiring. Learn more at Indeed.com/credit to expand your team today.
This is the story of the one. As a warehouse manager, her job is to transform chaos into clarity and to see patterns where others see problems. Luckily, she's got a partner who shares her perspective. Grainger offers over 1 million industrial-grade products, backed by real-person support and in-depth online resources, so she can tackle every task with precision and turn potential setbacks into streamlined success. Call clickgrainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
There are so many things I love about fall weather. The crisp air, the changing leaves, it's all so magical. Until my kids catch a chill outside. That's where Kohl's comes in, with cozy layers, warm jeans, and more. I found all the styles my kids need when the seasons change. Plus, I got 20% off with a coupon and earned Kohl's Cash. So here's my style forecast. Prep better for fall weather at Kohl's. Select styles. Offers end October 20th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
Aaron Banks able to walk off the field under his own power. Burford in for him at left guard. Don't miss all the NFL action next Thursday night on Amazon Prime Video when the Denver Broncos meet the Saints in New Orleans. Of course, you can also hear Thursday Night Football each week right here beginning at 7:30 p.m. Eastern on many of these same stations on the NFL app or online at westwood1sports.com. First down and 10 for San Francisco at the 23-yard line. Kittle in motion from right to left. Toss play. Deebo Samuel in the backfield. Flags down, and this play is stopped. They are stopping the play. The flags came in, and the play was blown dead before it started. Nobody could hear it, though, amidst the din. And Deebo Samuel may have hurt himself on a play that didn't even count. He is stomping up and down angrily. He's got the glove off of his left hand, shaking out his arm right now. Oh, what a crushing blow that would be for a team that has had massive injury problems. And he'll head to the sideline. Not sure if he got his hand stepped on or what.
False start, offense number 66. By rule, that penalty is declined. In the ensuing action, personal foul, face mask, Seattle number 99. That penalty is enforced, 15 yards, automatic first down.
So had they been able to hear the false start blowing the play dead, the face mask would have never happened, but they can't ignore that. Williams grabbing the face mask of Deebo Samuel.
The hard part is Deebo hurts his left wrist or arm in the ensuing melee.
Deebo on the sidelines. George Kittle is on the sideline with his helmet off right now. He seems to be limping a little bit. And if you were to list two players that San Francisco could ill afford to lose, you wouldn't have to go far down the roster before you got to Deebo Samuel and George Kittle.
I agree with that. They're both very important to what they do.
So a first down and 10 after the face mask, all the way out to the 38-yard line. Samuel's got the glove back on his left hand on the sidelines. Now we've got a conversation between Mike McDonald and Craig Rolstad, our referee. That conversation has ended, and now here we go with 11:04 to play in the fourth. First down and 10 at the 38. Hughes check in motion from right to left. Shotgun snap, Brock Purdy looks and throws to the right side. Open at the Seattle 45 with a catch is Brandon Ayuk, and he's down at the Seattle 41. A dart from Purdy to Ayuk for 21 before number 21, Devin Witherspoon, can make the stop.
I'll tell you right now, they're starting to click again on this offense. Good drop by Purdy with good vision, and he saw the seam, and that's exactly where he hit Ayuk, right between the two linebackers.
Deebo Samuel back on the field and out to the right of the line. Patrick Taylor, the running back. Hughes check into the backfield. First down and 10 at the Seattle 41. Samuel in motion behind the line. He gets the handoff from Brock Purdy, trying to sweep the left side, and he'll get to the 40 and nothing more. A yard at best for Deebo Samuel. Devin Witherspoon finished him off.
I'll tell you, it was a really, really nice job up front. Leonard Williams got vertical and forced that ball to bubble outside, giving the defense a chance to respond, and Witherspoon came up and made a nice solid tackle.
Kittle back in the huddle, but he came out still limping a little bit as he got into that huddle. Second and 9 from the Seattle 40. Under 10 to play as we start off week 6 with a good one in the NFC West. Second down and 9. Purdy flanked by Juszczyk and Taylor in the shotgun. Gets the snap. Backpedals to the logo. Sets up the screen wide of Juszczyk. He had two blockers out in front, Coach Trent Williams and Dominic Pooney, but he just couldn't connect.
No, he couldn't. Nice job as far as the Seattle defense was concerned, though. Even though they were being let through, what they did was they continued to chase into the quarterback, forcing that ball to be thrown high.
So now third and 9. Mike McDonald shouting out what he wants. Tyrell Dodson had to come all the way over to the sideline to get the play call. Now runs it into the huddle. Play clock is down to 10. San Francisco just breaks their huddle. 3rd and 9. Out of field goal range for the moment. Brock Purdy's going to have to use a timeout. It is deafening here in Seattle, and everybody's going to pause, including the fans, to rest their voices. Kevin Kugler and Ron Rivera here in the Grainger broadcast booth at Lumen Field in Seattle. Give your team an edge with Grainger. You'll find supplies and solutions for every industry, plus fast delivery and 24/7 support when you call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. 23-17 San Francisco. Brock Purdy 17-26, 246 and 2 touchdowns. What do you expect here on 3rd and 9 from the Seattle 40-yard line? Remembering that you don't have Jake Moody, your normal kicker. You're not in field goal range yet with Matthew Wright.
Exactly. What you're probably thinking if you're the 49ers is if we can get, 6, 7, 8 yards, get it close to field goal position, we can most certainly try it. We can't try it from there as far as this kicker is concerned.
2 receivers to the right. Ayuk the single to the left. 3rd down and 9 at the 40. Purdy in the shotgun. Gets the belt high snap. Throws a slant. Incomplete. He wanted Juwan Jennings slanting at the 35. Missed his target. Jennings upended by Kobe Bryant. It's 4th down and Wishnowsky on to punt it away.
What was interesting was that play call on offense, running the quick slant really looked as if they were anticipating pressure. They didn't bring pressure. Again, because of that, the defense were in position to make a play on the ball.
So now it's 4th down. Wishnowsky to punt. They're going to play the field position game, trying to pin Seattle deep. D. Williams with his toes on the 9-yard line to our left. Wishnowsky trying to pin this one inside the 10. Williams looking up, bouncing it at the 2 is Wishnowsky, and it's downed near the 3. Outstanding 37-yard punt. The placement outstanding as Wishnowsky pins Seattle deep in their own end with a timeout. 23-17. Seattle down 6 with the ball and 9:27 to play when we return. You're listening to Thursday Night Football on Westwood 1.
Autumn is in the air, and like the leaves, prices are falling at Harbor Freight's parking lot sale this weekend. We've got tons of products on sale, like 3-ton jacks for under $100, 5,000-watt generators, $250 off, plus dual bevel miter saws at nearly half the price of the competition. Whatever you do it for less at Harbor Freight. Valid until 10/13/24 while supplies last, so hurry in. Limitations apply.
Check this out. The new iPhone 16 built for Apple Intelligence. At Verizon, you can get it when you trade in any phone from one of their top brands.
Any?
Any.
Even if it's 4 years old?
Yeah.
Even if it's 4 years old and I drop it on the sidewalk?
Yep.
Even if it's 4 years old and I drop it on the sidewalk, then a scooter runs it over, so now it's not just old and cracked, but shattered?
With Verizon, the answer is always yes. Trade in any phone from one of our top brands for the new iPhone 16 with Unlimited Ultimate. Plus, get a new iPad. Trade-in terms apply. See Verizon.com for details. Apple Intelligence coming fall 2024.
I can't wait for golf this weekend, huh, buddy? Time flies. Love you, man. Oh, don't forget your knee brace again. We aren't in college anymore.
Moments together matter, so help protect yourself from RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV, and there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
The last thing you need to worry about in the morning is breakfast, but with Wendy's breakfast burrito, it's easy. This is the kind of burrito that eats other burritos for breakfast. I'm talking fresh cracked eggs and American cheese and creamy cheese sauce and seasoned potatoes and your choice of 6 strips of crispy bacon or grilled sausage. Wendy's breakfast burrito is everything you want for breakfast, all rolled up into one warm tortilla. Want the boss of breakfast burritos? Gotta be Wendy's. At participating U.S. Wendy's.
Live from London, Trevor Lawrence and the Jags take on Caleb Williams of the Bears on NFL Network. Rise, shine, and watch Sunday at 9:30 a.m. Eastern only on NFL Network and NFL Plus. Subscription required for NFL Plus. Terms and conditions apply. You can also hear that game right here on Westwood One at WestwoodOneSports.com. Seattle buried in their own end at the 3-yard line, down 23-17 in the 4th. Geno Smith will drop into the shotgun right near the H, and the Seahawks swirling in the end zone. Gets the shotgun snap, helmet high. Quick toss to Kenneth Walker out of the backfield. Walker up the right sideline, and he's tossed out of bounds by George Odom near the 8. Second down, a little bit of breathing room, though, for Seattle.
very conservative call there. Nice job. They saw that they had them in position where if they turned the X receiver out in front, he'd make that safety go around, and they were able to complete it to Walker.
2nd down and 4 after that 6-yard pickup. Ball at the 9. Smith in the gun. Walker to his left, fakes the give, quick toss, left side, Lockett with Metcalf blocking out front, up the left sideline, 1st down Seattle, out of bounds at the 15-yard line, another 6-yard gain before Lenore and Green combine on the stop.
They're taking advantage of the 49ers being off in coverage right now, just throwing it quick.
1st down and 10 at the 15. Smith alone in the backfield, gets the shotgun snap, looks, throws. It is Metcalf with the catch, and he's down at the 25. 11-yard gain and another Seattle 1st down. Couple of quick tosses and quick chain movers.
Yes, they are. And again, because they're playing off a little bit, not challenging the receivers, they're getting free releases.
Once down 23-3 in this ball game. 1st down and 10 at the 25. Now down 23-17. Quick swing to Metcalf up the left sideline. A flag is down. Dropped it right at the feet of the rookie A.J. Barner, who was blocking in front of Metcalf, and this may back Seattle up.
It will back him up. It was a very good job by the defender. Again, just because you're engaged doesn't mean you have to stop. What it means is you've got to show that you're trying to get off of the hold. And once you do that, they'll see it, they'll call it. If he had just stayed engaged, they wouldn't have said a thing. But see, look how he tries to escape, and they can most clearly see that.
So back it all the way up inside the 20-yard line to the 17.
Yeah, that was a really good job by Green because he was forcing the play, and really Fant had no option but other than to hold him.
So now 1st and 18. Oh, no, they're going to back it up even more. Back to the 15. 1st down and 20. Walker in the backfield to the left of Geno Smith. He leans in on his left foot awaiting the shotgun snap. It comes in belt high. Backpedals in a clean pocket. Now steps up, throwing over the middle, and it's intercepted at the 35. To the 30-yard line goes Renaldo Green. Down the sideline at the 20 and out of bounds at the 15. Renaldo Green, the rookie from Florida State, found a gift and a 20-yard return. Sets the Niners up in the 4th.
That was such a good read by him. You know, he's in the back half, looking down at the receiver in good position to undercut it once it's thrown. And if that ball's not delivered on time, that's what's going to happen. The defender had an opportunity to break downhill on the outside, right through it, and make the play.
So now in the red zone once more for San Francisco. 1st down and 10 at the 15-yard line. Renaldo Green with a huge play to stem Seattle's momentum, and now Brock Purdy in the offense. They really can't put it away yet, but it's pretty close.
And George Kittle just came back from the locker room.
He won't be on the field for this 1st down play, but he is back with his helmet on the sideline. Taylor in the backfield from the 15 on 1st down. He'll sweep the right side. Taylor turns upfield. Now using his power, he gets down to the 10 and nudges the ball just across the 10. It's a 5-yard run. Julian Love and Draymond Jones had to combine to bring down the powerful back. And here comes Kittle back onto the field. Still not 100%, but he's out there.
Nice job by the tight end, Eric Siebert, holding the edge and giving the running back an opportunity to bounce it outside and turn the corner.
2nd down and 4 from the 9. Coming up on 7 to play. Purdy under center, turns the give to Taylor up the middle. And Taylor's not getting much, just inside the 9-yard line. It'll be 3rd and a long 3. Jaron Reed there to clog up that running lane.
This is going to be interesting right here. Again, 3rd down in the red zone.
A field goal even is huge for San Francisco at this point. Remember, up 6 with 6:35 to play. 3rd down and 4.
Kyle has probably told him, if you don't have it, just throw it away.
Saubert and Ayuk out to the right. Purdy to throw, steps up, throws over the middle, into the end zone, touchdown! It's George Kittle's 2nd of the night.
I tell you, what a really good route that was. He stuck it to the outside, broke inside, and presented a very, very good target for Purdy to hit him with. He threw it to the inside, away from the defender. Great catch by Kittle.
And then George Kittle goes and finds his bride in the back of the end zone and gives Claire a hug, and it's 29-17, San Francisco by 12.
Yeah. I'll tell you, it was a really, really good route because he leaned to the outside and got the safety to bite on it, and there he was wide open.
And now they'll go for two to try to make it a 14-point game. 6:20 to play in the fourth. Purdy in the shotgun. Gets the snap, flag is down. Purdy looks, throws for the end zone. The pass is incomplete. Mention the flag, and it's going to be against the defense, so they're going to get a second chance.
Offside. Defense number 28, lined up in the neutral zone. Ball will be placed at the 1 yard line, and we will retry.
So a second opportunity for two with 6:20 to play in the fourth.
This is going to be real interesting because now the opportunity to run the ball is now into play.
Taylor is the running back. Purdy will go under center. The 2-point try to make it a 14-point game. The give is to Taylor, and Taylor is stoned at the goal line. No good on the try. Jaron Reed shut him down. And it stays 29-17, San Francisco by 12 with 6:20 to play. The turnover turns into a touchdown for the Niners. You're listening to Thursday Night Football on Westwood One.
Running your own business can feel a lot like running a one-person relay race. When you've got to expand your team, share the baton with Indeed. Their all-in-one hiring platform has smart tools to help you attract, screen, and hire quality candidates to your roster. And they don't just help you hire faster. 93% of employers agree Indeed delivers the highest quality matches compared to other job sites, according to a recent Indeed survey. Nix the hassle. Start hiring. Learn more at Indeed.com/credit to expand your team today.
Scott for Scott's here. The best time to feed your lawn is in the fall, which is right now. The soil is warm, the air is cool, and your lawn can't wait for a feeding. And neither should you. So pick up a bag of Scott's Surf Builder Winter Guard and put it down now to strengthen those roots for winter and give your lawn a deeper green next spring. Do it. Today. Right this second. Well, not if you're driving. If that's the case, go pick up a bag first, then go put it down. Now.
Pick up a bag of Scott's Turf Builder Winter Guard today. It's guaranteed.
Feed your lawn. Feed it.
What's better than one win? 3 wins. With Straight Savings, you keep your own phone, get one line for only $25 a month with real unlimited data, and get rewarded with a $200 phone credit after 12 months. It's a win-win-win. Head to Walmart or visit straighttalk.com today. Switch to Straight Talk. Less dollars, more sense. Straight Savings Plan enrollment requires compatible unlocked device and new line of service. Bonus device credit requires 12 months of active service. Offer ends if eligibility requirements are no longer met. Taxes and fees apply. For network management practices, see Straight Talk's terms and conditions.
This season, get premium tech that inspires joy from Dell Technologies. Bring projects to life with the XPS 16. It delivers supercharged processing for enhanced productivity and freedom to express yourself. Performance-class Dell PCs with Intel Core Ultra processors deliver a dedicated engine to help accelerate AI. Enjoy free shipping, Dell Rewards, and expert support. When you get a Dell PC with AI, it gives back. Shop now at Dell.com/deals.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Westwood One, your home for Thursday Night Football.
This is Bill Belichick. Hear me break down the week in the NFL every Monday night on Let's Go, 6 Eastern on Mad Dog Sports Radio, Channel 82.
D. Williams and Laviska Shenault, the deep men for Seattle. Down 29-17 as the 49ers ready to kick this one off with 6:20 to play in the fourth. Seattle needs points. They need them in a hurry, or San Francisco will jump into a tie atop the NFC West. There's D. Williams across the 15. Williams to the 20, a little hesitation, and he's down at the 30-yard line. Tackle made at the 30 by Rock Yassin after a 25-yard return, and now Seattle back to work. So 6:14 to go. How does your mindset change down 12 for Seattle now?
It's about scoring with a real good tempo. You go up tempo, try to get the ball downfield as quick as possible and put points on the board.
From the 30-yard line, first down and 10. Geno Smith, who threw an interception his last time out. Into the shotgun, he's got Walker to his left, 3 receivers to the left of the line. Smith sets up, throws a swing to Walker. Walker on the edge at the 31 and out of bounds. Well defended by San Francisco, and Walker held to a 1-yard gain.
Good coverage downfield, forcing Geno to just take the ball and dump it to his back in the flat, and still picked up good yardage, as far as giving them an opportunity to continue to move the ball forward. Every opportunity going forward is important right now.
Clock continuing to run, 5:50 to play in the fourth. Smith and Jigba to the slot right side. That's 3 receivers to the right. Metcalf the single to the left. Second down and 9 at the 31. Smith to throw. Has time. Finds Fant at the 35 across the 40. And Noah Fant with a first down to the 43-yard line. 5.5 to play. Fred Warner on the tackle.
Looks like the 49ers are playing a little bit of a slow bleed right now. They're just playing middle safeties are split. Okay, so there's a big hole through the middle of the defense. Everything else has everything in front of them.
On first down, Smith gets the shotgun snap. Pocket collapsing. He's going to step up. Throws to the sideline. Smith and Jigba with the catch. And he's knocked out of bounds by Isaac Yiadom near the 47-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 4, maybe 5, and it's second down. They'll call it 2nd and 5 near the 48. 4:57, clock running, fourth quarter. Seattle down 29-17. 3 receivers left, 2 wide right. Geno Smith to throw. He's hit as he throws, and the pass is incomplete. Nick Bosa, who's been knocking on the door all night, almost got to Geno Smith. He just got rid of it, and it's 3rd down and 5.
That was a great up and under move. He got to the outside of the tackle, pulled himself back underneath, and was able to have a clean shot on Geno.
Still haven't had a sack in this game. Both quarterbacks have been able to stay relatively clean tonight. 3rd and 5 of the 48. Smith facing a 4-man rush. Flag is down, airs it deep. Metcalf's there, he's got it at the 10, inside the 5. He'll high step in for the touchdown.
Illegal shift.
52 yards, but it's coming back. Geno Smith is over to argue. A quick comment, and Craig Rolstad will tell us.
Illegal shift. Seattle, number 9 and number 19, both moving at the same time, did not get reset. It's a 5-yard penalty, replay 3rd down.
A crusher for the Seattle Seahawks.
They did what they had to do, and that was get the ball downfield very quickly.
So you had Walker and Lockett moving at the same time. And now 3rd and 10. 7 penalties for 59 yards against Seattle. 49ers bring pressure. It's picked up the throw to Bobo, who makes the catch, fighting for first down yardage, and he's got it. To the 47-yard line of San Francisco. That was an outstanding effort by Jake Bobo to get the first down.
I tell you, it was a really good throw because he put it right where he can be the only one to catch the ball.
First down and 10 in San Francisco territory at the 47. Geno Smith will get the shotgun snap. Niners rush 3. To the sideline he goes. Finds Bobo for the short route at the 40. He goes out of bounds to 39. A 7-yard gain. And the clock will stop with 4:10 to play in the fourth.
Again, because the 49ers are playing off, they're allowing those quick throws. They're time-consuming, but if the receivers are going out of bounds, it's stopping the clock.
So 2nd and 3 now after that one at the 39 of San Francisco. Seattle is down 12, 29-17. 3-man rush. Smith will throw. Catch is made. Jackson Smith and Jigba fumbles the football loose on the turf, and it's recovered by Anthony Bradford, the right guard. It just skittered around on the turf, and it rolled right up to Bradford, who pounced on it at the 39, 2 yards short of a first down.
Nice job with Fred Warner with the peanut punch there.
Peanut Tillman will be with us on Sunday in London. 3rd down and 2. And there was movement early. The timing way off on that, and instead of 3rd and 2, it's now 3rd and 7.
False start. Offense, number 67. 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
So Charles Cross, the left tackle, moving early. Back it up near the 44-yard line, and it'll be 3rd down and 7.
You know, he's getting anxious because he knows Bosa's getting closer and closer.
Metcalf and Smith and Jigba to the left of the line, 2 wide to the right. Geno Smith in the shotgun formation with Kenneth Walker to his right. 49ers rush 4. Smith jumps it to Walker. Blockers in front. Walker up the middle. First down across the 35-yard line and stymied at the 33. But it's enough for the first down. Diamador Lenore shut down the lane. But a nice play by Seattle to get the first down.
Yes, it was. Again, 49ers are playing soft. And the idea behind that, let the pass rush go. Get to the second level. Make your blocks.
First down and 10. 3 wide left, 2 wide right. Empty backfield. Geno Smith facing a 3-man rush. Steps up into the pocket. Throws on the run. Open is Lockett at the 20. And he goes right down at the 19-yard line. So Lockett still fighting a little bit at the end of the play. He got back up, not thinking he was touched, and then got into a shouting match with Isaac Yadam.
Well, in a situation like that, once the receiver gives himself up, the play is dead. So when he popped up, you know, the defensive player just reacted.
First down and 10 at the 19-yard line. Shotgun snap, Geno Smith. Throws over the middle. It's Walker on a diagonal across, and he's tripped up near the 17-yard line. Just a pickup of 2. 2nd down and 8 for Seattle. Clock running 2:43 and counting. Seahawks trying to show some urgency here, down 12. 3 receivers stacked to the right of the line. 2nd down and 8 at the 17 of San Francisco. Smith to throw from the shotgun. Pats it, throws it short. Walker with a catch. Walker to the 15, trying to get to the sideline. He's not going to get out of bounds. Down inside the 10. It'll be a first down, I believe. 1st and goal, if it is. For Seattle, it is a first down, and it's 1st and goal. 2:13 and counting. Trying to get one more snap before the 2-minute warning. Down to 2:09, 2:08. 1st and goal from the 9. Geno Smith gets the shotgun snap. Will look. He'll throw. Back of the end zone. In and out of the hands of Lockett. Incomplete. George Odom running with him on the back line of the end zone. It hit him in the hands, and he couldn't pull it in. And that'll take us to the 2-minute warning. 1:59 to play. 49ers looking for their 3rd win of the year, up 29-17. You're listening to Thursday Night Football on Westwood 1.
Autumn is in the air, and like the leaves, prices are falling at Harbor Freight's parking lot sale. This weekend, we've got tons of products on sale, like 3-ton jacks for under $100, 5,000-watt generators, $250 off, plus dual bevel miter saws at nearly half the price of the competition. Whatever you do it for less at Harbor Freight. Valid until 10/13/24. Most supplies last, so hurry in. Limitations apply.
The copyright of tonight's broadcast on Westwood 1 is owned by the NFL on behalf of its member clubs. All rights to this broadcast are reserved, and any rebroadcast, recording, retransmission, or any other use of this broadcast without the express written permission of the National Football League is strictly prohibited.
A reminder that you can once again listen to every Westwood 1 NFL broadcast this season for free via the NFL app. From now until Super Bowl 59 in February, the NFL is on Westwood 1, and it's on the official NFL app too. Download for free today. 2nd and goal from the 9. Seattle trailing 29-17 with 1:59 to play. Geno Smith in the shotgun. Sets up, throws, back left corner of the end zone. He wanted to hit Smith and Jigba, but he threw it too far. He threw it out of the back of the end zone. The pass incomplete, and now 3rd and goal for Seattle.
I'll tell you, Green played that about as well as you can for a corner. He had a man in the flat trying to get him to stay underneath. He started to break deep, And I think what happened was Geno saw him break, and that's why he threw it as far out as he did, because if he throws it short, it's another interception.
3rd and goal. 4-down territory. Field goals don't help you. From the 9, here comes pressure. Unblocked. He throws back of the end zone for Metcalf, and it's incomplete. Coming through untouched was Leonard Floyd, forcing Geno Smith to lob it towards Metcalf, but he couldn't get anything on it, Coach, and it's 4th down.
Well, that's what happened again. The offensive line didn't hear the snap count. They were laid off the ball, which allowed the 49ers a free rush. Geno had to throw that off his back foot. He had to.
So now 4th and goal. Have to go for it. Down 12 with 1:49 to play. Seattle's 2 for 6 on 4th down this year. San Francisco's allowed 4 of 7 on 4th down. Play clock at 3. Play clock at 2. Play clock at 1. Shotgun snap. Geno Smith sets, throws, end zone, caught, touchdown! He found him, Tyler Lockett, in the end zone where he does a snow angel on the S of Seahawks. And Seattle's not done yet. Down 29-23 with 1:44 to play.
I tell you, he did a nice job on the release. Was able to push vertical, get the DB back on his heels, and then come right back to the ball for the touchdown catch.
Jason Myers on for the extra point. And the kick by Myers is through. 29-24, 1:44 to play in the 4th. Now, one would assume that it's going to be an onside kick. In the new dynamic kickoff rules, you have to declare that you're going to kick an onside and you cannot change it.
Correct. And so once they line up for it, that ball's got to be on the ground. And it's going to be interesting to see exactly how they do this, because Seattle has all 3 timeouts. So if you're feeling pretty good about what you've done defensively, you don't have to onside it. You can kick it deep and count on your defense to get a stop.
What would you do here?
If I felt really good about what we were doing on defense, I would kick it deep. I would kick it deep.
And it looks like that's what Seattle is going to do. They have not lined up in an onside formation.
Now what's interesting, though, is the analytics tell you that if you don't go with the onside kick, you only really have one chance to get the ball back. Whereas if you go with the onside kick, you don't get it, you still have a chance to get it back.
Makes sense, because you still have those 3 timeouts.
Right, because a touchdown is the only thing that makes a difference, not a field goal.
29-24. They are going to kick deep. They can't surprise onside anymore, so this kick's going deep. It's a low line drive kick. It'll bounce at the 10, ends up at the 2 in the hands of Taylor. Taylor at the 15, and Taylor stopped shy of the 20-yard line. Good kick coverage by Seattle. The tackle from Brady Russell, and now Brock Purdy and the 49ers looking for a first down. 1:39 to play. Seattle with all 3 timeouts. And remember, San Francisco without their best 2 running backs. Christian McCaffrey's on IR. Jordan Mason's been out since early in this second half. Shoulder injury late in the first, and he's not been back. So it's the rookie Isaac Guerendo in the backfield. On first down, Guerendo with the carry, has a hole, and Guerendo down the sideline. He pops it free, down the sideline to the 40, to the 30, Guerendo to the 20, and he's tripped up as he slides down at the 4. Devin Witherspoon caught him, but he popped it for 77. And Seattle uses its first timeout. Holy cow!
That's what happens when you get aggressive as a defense. You're anticipating the run, so you bring your safeties up a little bit tighter into the box. You've got 8 guys up there, 9 guys up there, and if you hit a seam, that's exactly what happens. Now it's a foot race.
And remember, Guerendo ran a 4.33 at the combine. He's got great speed. Credit Devin Witherspoon for being able to run him down, but that's his 9th carry, and he's got his first 100-yard day of his career.
It was a great effort to give his team still a chance now.
But first and goal at the 5, 2 timeouts left for Seattle. And the 49ers, if they punch it in, can end it. Guerrero, the single back. Purdy turns, gives to the rookie, and he's buried for a loss. Back at the 6-yard line, timeout Seattle. Jonathan Hankins with the tackle, 1:20 to play. 2nd and goal from the 6. And Seattle down to its final timeout. By the way, they've corrected the yardage, and so Guerrero is at 99 yards after that loss of 1 there. So take the 100-yard day away for the moment.
I'll tell you what, those two young backs getting their opportunities have really shined. They really have.
Showing some perhaps unanticipated depth at the running back spot for San Francisco.
No, and it's a good thing you have that much depth.
They've run for 223 yards tonight, continuing a concern that cropped up especially last week in the Giants' loss for Seattle. 2nd and goal from the 6. Backs in the eye. Purdy under center. Samuel in motion from right to left. The turn, the give to Juszczyk. Rumbling into the end zone. The fullback's got a touchdown. Kyle Juszczyk's first carry of the year, and he takes it in for 6.
What a terrific call by Kyle. That was a really good call. Fullback dive. Again, everybody anticipating where the running back's going. You could see the linebackers were flowing quickly with the back. And next thing you know, Juszczyk is hitting it right down the gut.
35-24, and that will just about do it in Seattle.
That was an impressive play. It really was.
On for the extra point is Matthew Wright. The kick is up, and it is good. And Kyle Juszczyk with a rushing touchdown to put this one away. And for Juszczyk, it doesn't happen very often. Didn't have one this year coming in, has had one a year ago, but Kyle Juszczyk, who handed the ball off to his bride in the stands, has put it away for San Francisco, up 36-24.
I'll tell you, the response by the 49ers, you know, they kick it down there to get him inside the 20, and for them to bounce it the way they did, that was impressive.
Williams and Chenault, the deep men. And Seattle about to lose its 3rd straight game and fall to 3-3 after the 3-0 start. And meanwhile, San Francisco trying to bounce back from that heartbreaking loss to Arizona a week ago and get their first win in division this year. And the kickoff, Williams at the 10. D. Williams to the 20, veers right to the 30. Williams down the sideline to the 40, and he's upended by the kicker as he gets near midfield. Matthew Wright came over and laid a shoulder into him and knocked him out of bounds at the 49-yard line. Remember, Jake Moody on the shelf, and Matthew Wright was packing up he and his wife and their belongings in Tampa, Florida on Monday, worried about Hurricane Milton coming in, when he got a call and said, we need a kicker in San Francisco. Now he's out ramming his shoulder into players. First down and 10 at the 49. Geno Smith to throw to the sideline. Open as Smith and Jigba couldn't connect with him. 1:04 to go. Renardo Green out there in coverage.
I'll tell you again, 49ers are playing it off and soft. So what's going to happen is it's going to create some seams if the quarterback has time. But being off, you would hope that you can get your pass rush to the quarterback a little bit sooner and not give him the opportunity to throw those deep seams right now.
With that touchdown by Juszczyk, a lot of Seahawks fans left, so you're going to hear more Niners fans than Seahawk fans right now. 2nd and 10 at the 49. Geno Smith flushed out of the pocket, rolls to the right, throwing on the run. Metcalf trying to come back to get it at the 20, and he threw it out of bounds. 3rd down and 10, 56 seconds to play.
I will say one thing. You've seen the 49ers time and time in this game respond. every time Seattle started to get a little bit of momentum in the late third, early fourth quarters, they responded.
Athletic training staff is over looking at the kicker now on the San Francisco sideline after that tackle.
That was a courageous tackle, too.
3rd down and 10 at the 49. Smith will throw over the middle, deflected and incomplete. Fred Warner got a hand on that. He's already got 2 interceptions this year. The 6'3" linebacker went way up to try to get his 3rd. There are few better in this game at that position than Fred Warner.
He's playing very well. He really has done a nice job leading the defense out there, trying to make sure everybody gets in the right position to keep that ball in front of him right now.
Pro Bowler each of the last 3 years, already the 2nd most tackles in 49er history. 4th down and 10. Could be the final play for Seattle. Check down to Fant, up the right sideline. He's got a 1st down, and they'll keep it alive as Fant goes out of bounds at the San Francisco 39. The Amador Lenore out there to chase him out. 45 seconds to go. 1st down, Seattle. Again, they'd have to score a touchdown, get an onside, score another one. The snap dribbled back to Geno Smith, and the flags fly.
Yeah,
that'll be a false start.
Yeah, they were still illegally in motion. They were still getting out to their positions, and the ball got snapped a little early.
False start. Offense, number 19. A 5-yard penalty. Still 1st down.
They gave it to Jake Bobo. You could have picked about 3 or 4 different players that were all moving. So back it up to the 45 where it'll be 1st and 15. Head high shotgun snap. Geno Smith with pressure coming, and down he goes. First sack of the night for either team, and it's Sam Okuwanu who gets his 2nd sack of the year.
It was a matter of time, and again, the 49ers were set for it, especially the way that they dropped into coverage. They're just trying to make sure that anything going deep, we have people running with them, and because of that, what it does is it causes Geno to have to hitch and step up into the pocket and give those guys a little bit more chance to try and get open.
Seattle uses its final timeout with the ball back on their side of the midfield stripe of the 49. It'll be 2nd down and 21. 40 seconds to go, no more timeouts. And Seattle trailing 36-24 late on Thursday Night Football. 4-man rush. Smith sidearms it, slings it to Fant at the 40-yard line, and Fant cannot get out of bounds. Tackled inbounds at the 39-yard line. 3rd and 10 coming up. Clock running, 23 seconds and counting. They'll hustle up to the line. On 3rd down, they'll clock it. And with 20 seconds to play, it comes down to a 4th and 10.
Yes, and for the most part, what you're seeing right now is that Seattle is trying to score. There's a little bit of pride involved right here. Again, they know this game is going to be very hard to win at this point, but the pride is what's driving these guys right now to continue to compete.
4th down and 10. This could be it. 3 receivers to the right, single wide to the left. Shotgun snap. Geno Smith rolls to the right, looking downfield, heaving it towards the end zone. Jump ball, incomplete, and the San Francisco 49ers take over on downs. They'll kneel it out, and the Niners are going to even their record at 3-3 with a division win on the road.
Big win for them. That's exactly what this will do for them in terms of giving them some momentum going into next week.
So San Francisco's offense will come out for one last kneel down. And this NFC West is wide open this year. Arizona will try to join the group atop the division, and they go to Green Bay on Sunday. The knee is taken. The clock will run out, and the San Francisco 49ers get a road win in the NFC West. They knock off the Seattle Seahawks by the final score of 36-24. And Ron Rivera, it was an impressive performance early from San Francisco as they win their 6th straight against Seattle and are now 3-3. They were strong early. They withstood a big rally from Seattle. They were strong late, and they get the win.
You know, the thing about it, more so than anything else, again, as we got into the late third quarter, and again, Seattle responded. They returned the kickoff for a touchdown, go down next time they get the ball, score again, and then the 49ers reacted to that, and then they started to score again, putting points back on the board, taking that lead. So again, this is one of those games, as you look at it, that could, in my opinion, could really give a little bit more momentum to the 49ers. They get an extra couple days off before they start getting ready for next week's game.
Our final score, San Francisco 36, Seattle 24. When we return, Scott Graham rejoins us from the Progressive Insurance Studios. For a job you'll love, visit progressive.com/careers. You're listening to Thursday Night Football on Westwood One.